of the problem. Next slide. In the midst of the thousands of realtors, the question now for you is, do you stand out? Second question, how many of the few buyers know you? Third question, how many of them like you? How many of them trust you? And how many, or do you even have what they need? Write down these questions. Don't allow these questions pass you by. Write down these questions. Write them down. First is, in the midst of the thousands, do you stand out? And if you tell yourself you stand out, interrogate what makes you stand out. Interrogate it. Don't just say, oh, I stand out. What makes you stand out? If you stand out, what's the evidence that you stand out? Right? So interrogate. These questions are questions that you should interrogate all of your answers. So when you write, do you stand out? Create a space and ask yourself, how do I stand out? What makes me stand out? What are the reasons that somebody will trust me or consider me that as someone who stands out? Right? So do you stand out? First question. Second question, how many of the few buyers know you? How many of them know you? Second question. Third question, how many of them like you? So the idea is, from the top question, your numbers would directly begin to drop. You are aware? Are you aware? It's reducing. So until there is a match between this, money is not going to exchange hand. And if money doesn't exchange hand, then there's no point for them knowing you, except maybe you have something they need in the nearest future. And until you have it, both of you are just going to be right? So at this level, it's a whole lot. Let's even assume they know you, right? Or you say you stand out. The next level is that, oh, you say they know you, right? Do they even like you? If they know you, do they like you? Are you someone who meets their standards? Then how many of them trust you? Then how many of them, or do you have what they need? In other words, value match value. Do you have all of the questions written down? Can we proceed? Next slide. And assume I was to go back to that question so that we interrogate this further. Go back again. So that we interrogate this further. Go back again. What is one reason that makes you want to stand out? All right. Knowledge. Okay. Another person. One thing that makes you want to stand out, or that tells you that you truly stand out. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. My classes are, I'm a teacher, so we talk at each other. Knowledge and being trustworthy. Who else? Somebody else should talk to me. A lady should talk to me this time, right? Let's create a balance. A lady should talk to me. How do you really stand out in the saturated industry? What makes you truly stand out? Talk to me. What makes you different from the other realtors? Integrity, the value that you bring to the table. Good. Now, how many of the few buyers know you? Now, this is now a game of numbers. At every point, in fact, as a realtor, as somebody who is into the business of real estate, you must always consistently look at your numbers. Are you with me? Okay, let's allow them settle down. Quickly, so that we're not distracted. Quickly, come in. So let's move in so that when anybody comes late, they can just enter quietly without interruption. So can you please come in here? Is anybody there? That's for you, David, right? Can we feed those two chairs, please? No, okay, no. Would appreciate, let those two chairs be filled up. Take that to the back, David. Okay, let him cross. Okay. Sorry, sir. Do you mind entering that chair, please? Rachel, can you so that David stays
Let's
there?
mind this music.
Okay. So you can interrogate our growth process. And the first indices of that interrogation is our numbers. And by numbers, I'm saying how many people know you. As at today, looking at your social media platforms, how many people do you have following you based on the fact that you're doing real estate? If you have up to 1,000 persons who you know that they know you and you know that you are into real estate, let me see your hand. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Is your hand still up or is your pen that is up?
My 5,000.
5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 6,000. Okay. Now, okay, less than 500, let me see your hand. Less than 500. God will help me, let me see your hand. Now, now, your numbers are the first indicators of whether you are going to be the preferred realtor or not. And there are two dimensions to it. The first dimension is that the people that directly know you, the people that directly know you are first of all your direct buyers. Now, the people who are looking out to trust you, their role or their ability to trust you will be dependent on how much number you have. In other words, when you go to when you want to download the app on Play Store, naturally you would prefer to, if there are two apps that serve the same purpose, naturally you want to download the one that has more downloads. True or true? It's a natural behavior of human beings. So the more realtors or the more followers I have, or the more people trust me in terms of sales, in terms of my numbers, the likelihood of other people trusting me are higher. Are you still with me? So your numbers will affect you at those two levels. So the first level is that if you don't even have the numbers, there is a natural problem. Sales will be difficult. Because the numbers are a matter of your marketing. How many people know you? My definition of marketing is simple: interest and awareness, awareness and interest. If they are not aware, then they can't even be interested. If they are not interested, sales is not going to happen. So you must take your numbers seriously. If you have less than 500, make it a goal to take it to 5,000 before the year ends. If you have 5,000, double it, triple it. Because until you triple that number, you're going to keep struggling because sales is always a game of numbers. A game of numbers. And try to make it organic, real, not don't buy fake followers to make it prove a point. You're going to even suffer the more by buying more followers. Make it organic. Intentionally look at your growth every month. Every month, look at it. Every month, look at it. By how many did I grow? By how much did I add? Looking at that number. And you must be intentional. If you don't do intentional, you're going to struggle. Again, you're going to struggle. So keep the numbers. Is that okay? Does that make sense? Right? Because if you don't improve the numbers, all of this is going to be affected and it will keep dropping. In other words, it's a sales funnel conversation, right? The higher it is up there, that is what is going to determine what you get down here. If it's low up there, it's going to be low down here, right? So next slide. Now the basic solution. I'm saying it is the basic solution because I cannot teach you all I've learned in almost half a decade in 1 hour, right? But I'm going to give you what will get you started. Next slide. What is your vision? First question. Right, we're going to answer about 5 questions for this slide or for this conversation or for within the next 1 hour. What is your vision? Now, your vision tells me how you behave. Did you hear me? Your vision, why you came into this sector. Maybe you would have seen Hush driving one fine, nice car. Look at his native this morning now. By the native, you will know. In fact, the native stands out. The native makes him a preferred developer. Do you understand? So I was saying, you feel this guy native, he get as a bill. Like I said, this guy is see money, and automatically you tell fund do won't be realtor. You could some of you will not even skip realtor, say you won't be developer. And then all of a sudden you start struggling. You don't know what has wired or what has gotten him to where he has gotten to. There is something called vision. If you don't have it, you will be lost in between this industry. Real estate is not for children, it's not child's play. You don't succeed here by accident. I say it as part of my philosophy that if you've not sold up to 7 plots of land from different set of people, different people, it is not a pattern yet. All of it is still an accident. If you can't re-engineer how you made 7 sales, you've not started. So that you accidentally made one sharp, sweet commission from your uncle or from your auntie doesn't make you a realtor and doesn't make you feel like you know how to sell. You must intentionally sit down and say, I want to understand this thing. And all of it can be driven by your vision. It's okay to come here because of money, but make sure that money can sustain you to the end. So what is must find something to tie you down in the sector. In between the emotional stress that this business will give to you, you are going to be heartbroken so many times. The client tells you that I'm logging into my app right now, I'm transferring the money now. And for 2 weeks, the money did not enter. Next morning, you are going to wake up expecting message from him, no message. And for 2 weeks, he's not going to reply your message again. You're going to have that back to back. Are you not going to give up? What tells me that is your vision, your desire, your resolve to say, I will not give up, irrespective of whatever comes my way in this sector. Now, again, your vision tells me how you behave, or I see it from how you behave. It shows in what you do. You want to do real estate, you want to succeed, you want to be the preferred realtor, and you are posting once in 2 weeks. It is in your behavior. What do you do? It is in your behavior, your drive. My most powerful secret is intensity. Intensity beyond consistency. Now, naturally, a lot of us struggle with consistency, let alone intensity. Who knows the difference? I think a couple of you were here last time I shared it. Let me hear you, sir.
I think intensity is the passion, the fire, how much drive you put into what you're looking at to succeed at.
Why consistency is?
Consistency is when you do it all the time, and consistently, again, another word you can use is constantly.
Okay.
Constantly.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay, so his answer tells me he was a good student back in school or at some point, because the answer cannot be wrong. Having gone round and round and round, somehow the answer will be correct. Now, intensity is in the how. Okay, let me use my usual perfect example that I would like to use. So if you have 6 packs here, I think who has 6 packs here? You do the gym a lot. Let me see your hand. AK, where are you? Okay, you go to the gym? Yes. Okay. So if AK goes to the gym every day, and then what's the name, sir? Paul. AK goes to the gym every day for 60 days, and he spends 15 minutes there. And then Paul decides to want to challenge him, and then he goes to the gym every day, and he spends 1 hour every day, 60 days. 15 minutes every day, 60 days. Are they both consistent?
No.
60 days, 60 days. 15 minutes, 1 hour. Are they both consistent? They are consistent. In terms of intensity, who has more? Who puts in more? Who has more? Who will have more results? 1 hour. That is the difference. Part of the problem is that a lot of us who want to be the preferred realtor even struggle to do the 15 minutes that AK is doing. Let alone move to the realm where you put in the 1 hour and still do it consistently. That is the game changer. If I drop the mic right here, I have sent you a message. You're struggling to post. You're struggling to even, your WhatsApp status, now even wahala. Instagram, problem. YouTube, don't even bother. If you have posted here back to back consistently every day for the last 1 month, let me see your hand. 2 people. Back to back, 2 weeks, let me see your hand. 1 person. Back to back, 1 week, let me see your hand. 1 person. This is the reality. You can't be the preferred realtor. The person who is raking in the numbers, if you tell yourself the truth, when you look at social media, the person who is raking in the numbers is even putting in more work and posting more than you do. Am I talking? Am I preaching? Should I drop the mic?
No, boss. Right answer.
We are struggling to be consistent. It is in what we do. What is driving you? How hungry are you for this success? You want to make a sales, but it's not even showing in your hunger. It's not even showing in your behavior. It's not even showing in your attitude. So, if you ask me my story I just shared, I am Paul. I put in the time, and I put in the time consistently. What did I say? You can't find my 24 hours WhatsApp status on with empty. You can't find it empty. Across social media platforms. Sometimes I'm doing 3 posts a day. Right? So it tells me what you do. Now it shows you where you invest your money. This training is free, right? This training is free, right? But you know someone paid for it? All right. So next time, don't go for a paid training. Go for a paid training, but look for where to pay for a training. Pay for a training. Did you hear me? Pay for a training. When you pay for a training, you pay more attention. True or true? When you pay for a training, you pay more attention. When you pay 300K, I was in Lagos over the weekend. You have no idea how much went in. Because of the amount of money that went in, naturally, in my head, my body, my brain, everything is wired to tell me, how can I make times 7 of that money from that event, from going for that stuff? Are you still with me? So it's important that you pay, right? So again, it shows where you invest, where you put in the money. Some of you, you even manage to make that first sale. The first thing is to go to the shop, boutique. You buy things and spend the entire money. Even before the alert drops, you have emptied the commission. Bags, shoes. I see realtors in Abuja. There's a lot of packaging in this city, and you must be careful. I see those that use very expensive cars. And me, I know that 2 plus in my estate can give me more than their cars. But me, I'm using a smaller car. But you see the one that just managed to get one small commission, he has gone to buy a big car. And he's thinking I'm the one that is intimidating. Or it's Hush that you're intimidating. I don't even understand it. Eh? Right? So where do you put in the money? And next is it shows in how hard you work. I think we have established this. And of course, it shows in it determines your mindset. This mindset is critical. How many of you believe that somebody can sell real estate in Abuja every week? Every week. You believe? You believe? You believe? Very good. The moment you doubt it, you also doubt it in your life. The moment you think it's a scam, that somebody is saying that, oh, I sell properties every week. The moment you don't believe it, forget it, it can't be a reality. You can't testify of it. So selling real estate is consistently is possible. Now, real estate is long term. Can we read this together? Real Real estate is long term. You must think long term for you to be presently preferred and sustainably successful. Let's read it one more time. Can we go? You must think long term for you to be presently preferred and sustainably successful. Do we understand that? Next slide, quickly. Now, in being preferred, the next question is what? Excuse me. The next question is what do you know? What do you know? Your knowledge is a major. It's one thing that stands you out for a fact. And always, I have three elements or three things that I like to always discuss on the basis of knowledge. And I consider it the body of knowledge to succeed in this industry. Number one, general knowledge. General knowledge. What do I call it? And this is general knowledge beyond sales, right? Having common sense. Having what? Common sense. Simple conversations. Who was that yesterday that somebody was talking about? Um, ah, Forgot to know. Very beautiful example. Common things that can make you sell the property. You can have conversations that the guy will not even want to ask you questions as relates to the property anymore. It is just the basic conversation, and all of a sudden, boom, a sale is closed. It could be a simple conversation around what is happening in Ukraine, the guys in the US. Or it could be a simple conversation about the policies that Donald Trump had just brought in. And now he's trying to bring Russia back and trying to put everybody back. It could be a simple conversation like that, and the man probably is like, this guy can't be a scam and be thinking about politics. Common sense. Is it common? Is common sense common? It's not common. If you come on, all of us will get them. Right? So personal development beyond building wealth. There are investments across the world. But real estate has a way of standing out. And how does it stand out? Those are part of your authority building mechanisms. Those are things that stand you out. Those are things that make you an authority. How many of you saw when Daddy Chris was talking about 7 million naira land in 1992 and is now worth 3.5 billion in 2025? Who saw that video? If you watch that video to the end, let me see your hand. You didn't watch it to the end. You watched it to the end. I know you from somewhere. Okay. Please go and watch that video. Right? I watched the video and I was angry. I was angry. And I went to respond. Now, first, as a realtor, for a lot of us, we can just assume as he was correct, that if he's not talking, you just assume and you will not feel depressed, you are angry, and the unfortunate is that a lot of our clients saw the video. True or true? And Chris has a global audience. And that is him talking down on real estate and making it literally say that it's bad business. So you keep quiet is you losing money and the industry dying right before you. And even those that are trying to target, people who really pay for the property, pay for real estate in Nigeria, they say, I'm not going to buy you if 7 million did not really appreciate between 1992 and 2025. Then what's the point buying? What's the point investing? So those are the points you should come in and show how financially intelligent you are and how much of investment you understand. That is how you build your voice. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? That video has attracted, my response has attracted so much, and I'm even like, wow, amazing. Right? So, general knowledge. Understand finance. Understand money. Understand investment. Investment, real estate versus shares, real estate versus cryptocurrency, real estate versus how does inflation affect what is the plot of land. And unfortunately, you can't tell me they have done this business and the client has not asked you before, directly or indirectly. The answer you give will determine whether that deal would have closed or wouldn't have closed, or whether it was a miracle that the deal closed. Or if the deal did not close, it shows why it did not close. What is the plot of land? You are saying it now, it's making it more difficult. True or true? What is the plot of land? Who wants to tell me? Honestly, I want to know. Should I proceed? I should forget it and move on then.
No.
So what is the plot of land? Somebody should give me an attempt. I'll tell you whether you're right or you're wrong. If you are wrong, I correct you. If you are right, we clap for you.
Is it by perimeter?
I'm not asking you now.
Land is the perimeter of that land, you know. The space.
Okay.
1,000.
Okay.
Lot of land cannot be there.
Space is the flat space of on the ground.
Okay.
The plots of land there's no specific definition, like, there's no specific size to it. Any portion you carve out to be used for any purpose of maybe real estate could be defined as plot of land.
Okay. So if we're grading, we'll say he got an A, he got a B, or a C, and he got a C. So let's put this together for the person that got an A. So when your client is asking you what's the plot of land, you automatically jump and say, oh, it's 1,000 square meters. There's no 1,000 square meters. That is a plot size. That is a type of plot, not a plot in itself by its definition. And why this is important for you as somebody who is in Abuja is because people from different tribes, from different regions invest in Abuja. So Binima, thank God we have a plot of land in Asaba. What is the commonly known plot of land in terms of size in Asaba? 50 by 100. In Benin, it is 100 by 100. Now, somebody who has only bought plot of land in Asaba will give you a call that wants to buy in your Abuja estate. And by making that call, in his mind, what he's talking about as a plot of land is that same 50 by 100. And then you are telling him 200 square meters. Part of his question during the course of that closing is going to be, what is the difference between 50 by 100 and 200 square meters? Who wants to answer the question for me?
The difference between
50 by 100 and 200 square meters. Very good. The way the room is quiet like this. Is no. See, when I teach, I didn't say it, let me say it now. As I'm teaching you like this, any question that I directly asked or indirectly asked, or something I said that you did not know, consider that as part of the reasons you may have lost a deal. Did you hear me? Yes, sir. Consider it as part of the reasons you may have lost a deal. Because there's nothing I teach. I teach from it. I don't do research. Okay, I do research. But I do research to support my experiential knowledge. I don't carry Google and start researching to come and teach you. I teach you from a place of what I know, what I've done, what I've been tested on over time. So when I teach, I'm teaching you practical. Are you with me? So if I'm asking you a question, I'm asking you a question that clients have asked me over the years. So that you don't know the answer.
200 square meters, I think it's half of 50 by 100.
200 square meters is half of 50 by 100.
Yeah.
Do you mind? So, also when I ask a question usually in class, I'll tell you to answer me as well I'm the client. So I'm the client that asks you. So what is different?
I think 50 by 100 is about 4.
Where's my water? Say that again. Sorry. No, I'm your client. So don't tell me you think. Oh.
50 by 100 is 450 square meters. And half of
Do you have a board here? But we'll pen this, right? We'll pen this. Let's go. When I exhaust my this, I'll come back. Does that make sense? Because I need to exhaust my slide. Now, so what is the plot of land? No, it's in plots, no, it's in square meters, no, it's in feet, no, it is. You'll be shocked that I called somebody in Lagos. The guy did disturb me over the years saying the realtor. The day I eventually called him out of the blues and I was asking for, okay, no, don't block the slides. Okay. Okay, can put it here. Shoot it again. We're blocking the person behind. Okay, let's use it and then return it. Let's use it and return it. Sorry. So we said 100 feet by what? 9 square meters. This is what? Who knows? Quickly. We don't have time. No.
1,000.
So in all you do, as far as we continue with this conversation, don't forget the word approximate. Now, by Google standards, this 100 by 100 is supposed to be around 928 kilometers. Sometimes 920 and above, right? And if you continue further, 920, 920 to, so it's safe to say 120 to 1000 can safely go to within a bracket of approximately work as 920 to 1000 square meters to give us 100 by 100 feet, right? So let me put a ball so that you understand the picture. So this is 100 and this is 100. Do you understand it? That is if the land is square, right? Now this is, so what do we call this? And then we'll call this, this is square meters. And this automatically will be, so we can leave it as 450 square meters to give us 50 by 100. Now, if you now divide this into 2, divide by 2 will give us what? Alright, so let's say this is now the size now. 225 square meters. Right? So it means that this is around 50 what? Feet by, if it's square again, then we can still work with 50 because you have divided this into 2. Right? Right? Are we together? Now, with this calculation, right, the question now is, this is 920 or 1000 as the case may be, this is half of it, and this is half of it. So when your client calls and is interested in 200 square meters, right, it means that it's asking for half of 50 by 100. If you're now to find out how many of these square meters makes up 1,000, so if a Benin man calls, in his mind it is 100 by 100, and you are now, what you have is 200 square meters, the question is going to ask you is, what is the difference between 200 square meters and this? If you have explained, it's not, the next one is going to ask you is, how many of it we give him what is 100 by 100? So how many are we looking at? 4. Approximately 4. Now in Lagos, what is their common knowledge in terms of plot of land, common practice in terms of plot of land?
It's also square
You
meters.
should know. What did I say? What did I say?
You should know.
In Lagos, what they look at is 120 feet by 60. Now, but this is, you understand this? Let's leave it here. Let's leave hectares, let's leave acres, and go back, continue with our slide. Do you understand this one?
Yes.
All right, good. Thank you. Put your hands together for me. You see this simple one that we just, I thought one big company, when I asked for their survey, they gave me a survey, because I usually do survey before I do training for real estate companies. So in their survey, I saw they close 5 billion, 6 billion, and many billion. And when I was training them, one of them was, when I got to this part, she just screamed and said she now sees why she has lost some important deals. This simple thing that you just, or not simple, That you don't know it is called ignorance. Knowledge sometimes look easy or simple until you don't know it, and you have the consequences of not knowing it. Right? So let's go. Where are we? So know your plot, know how to quickly convert it. For somebody who invests in Lagos a lot, is going to ask you about if he's investing in Abuja. Right? So know the fees, know it. I was saying that somebody did not know what terrace duplex is. Do you agree? It's not a joke. I'm serious. Right? So figure out, know these things because they're going to ask you in the course of conversing. And now, let me tell you a secret. If you want to sell to those in the diaspora, also know their own. What is a condo? The way they call their houses. No. Because for those who have been there for a long time, what they know is that the way they call it over there. So it's now your job to explain that what you are calling this is what we call this in Nigeria. That is you showing, say you know this thing. See, I think it is safe to say that closing is boastful. Closing is one way you can communicate your capacity. If you can't communicate capacity, if you can't show capacity, if you can't show workings and doings, you are not ready to close. Because closing is a lot about showing that workings that will make the man keep nodding his head. You are with me? You are with me? Yes, now, number 5, knowledge of your city and your location. This is a game changer. And there are 2 dimensions to it. Number 1, knowing the city as per the city, Abuja. Where is Life Camp? Where is Gadowa? Where is Ring Road? Okay, nobody. Who knows where Ring Road is? If you heard about Ring Road before in Abuja, let me say, no, you've not heard, but it's there. Let me show you. You see this thing that is here? This thing is a study on its own. Are you with me? Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes.
You can see it, right? Yeah. This thing is not here for play. This thing is literally the FCT plan. And it's developing in phases. As a realtor, if you want to stand out, you need to understand it. Understand it and understand it from the depth. This is Ring Road 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4, but it's not there yet. This is phase 1, this is phase 2, this is phase 3, this is phase 4, this is phase 5. It's developing. Every road here is important. This is called the OSES, the Outer Southern Expressway. It's 10 lane. There are 4 of these types of roads. The OSES, the INES, the OSES, the ISES, the INES, and the ONES. 4 major roads. You need to know them. So that when you are talking to the client, he himself, you guys will carry pen they write. I'm serious. I'm serious. Right? So know your city in 2 dimensions. Know them from the place of the master plan, for example, and know them from the place of the environment. That is how you are able to say, ma, sir, invest in this place. Ma, invest. I can tell you that if you invest in this place, you'll be glad. Okay. Quickly. Come on, take a picture from the side. Quickly. We don't have time. Okay. Sir, can you please come here so that the next person doesn't interrupt us again? One person, please come and sit on this chair so that we don't have that interruption again. You're bringing me one more chair. So there's one more chair. Please pass the chair. Let somebody else come to this side. Please, 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 so that the only way I'm able to know is my knowledge of the city backed up by my knowledge of the developmental plan of the city. When I merge two of them together, I am able to advise you. And when I tell you to invest here, just consider it fact, and you will most likely do. I have clients who, in fact, when my clients tell me anywhere, one of them, so when I did a video, top 7 locations to invest in Abuja, one of them literally told me that he wants to invest in the 7. He has invested in 3 already in the last 3 months. In fact, he bought two plots in each of them. So when I launch the next one in the next location, he's going with me. That's how these people behave. When you show capacity, they believe you. They trust you with the money. I have plans like I was saying, I have 100 million. Where do I put them in Abuja? It is based on how much I have revealed the capacity of knowing the city, knowing the location, and of course, even the future. I tell you where there will be a 10-lane road where people never see. Now, bush is see. You are saying is far. For me, I'm seeing the next Kubwa. I'm seeing the next this road, right? So let's go. Knowledge of property law, basic property law. This is important. I consider this. If you want to be the preferred realtor, please don't joke with it. You're asking me in my last graduation that my being a lawyer is my advantage, and I told them no. My being a lawyer is not the advantage. My knowing property law is the advantage. And if you go through my real estate law course, you already have the advantage. I've given it to you as well. It is now what you do with it and how you use it that now makes the difference. You can't want to do real estate and not understand this property law. This one you need to stand out for easily. Talk about title documents, know them. You are in Abuja and everything you are hearing is CFO, 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 CFO. And not all CFO is the same. This is how you come out to begin to educate your client as an authority. Abba. Oh, wow. Number 7, knowledge of your audience and market and how to market and sell to them. Let's go to the next slide. The skills you have. The skills you have. The skills you have. Number 1, communication. Number 2, negotiation. Number 3, emotional intelligence. Number 4, closing. Guys, communication is key. You can't be here and you don't want to talk. You can't be here, you are saying you are shy to do videos. You need to go back to the village. You need to go back to the village because in the village, communication is not important. Yeah. You want to sell real estate. We've already established that it's high ticket, right? If it's high ticket, it means that you need to talk somebody into dropping 20 million. It's not beans. It's not by saying, sir, the place is far, it's fine, a nice location. That is not what makes people drop 20 million, 100, 300. Right? You must scale, you must move to the realm where you are able to communicate fluently. And again, that comes from the level, the depth of knowledge that you have. If you are not investing in understanding certain important things, then it tells me that you're not ready. And the truth about it is that the more you know, the better you are a communicator. Yeah. You are saying you want to struggle to do a video. Tell people that in my office, I know. I don't, in my head, I'm just boom, let's put the camera, I'm doing a video. Because my head is full. So I just want to drop it 3 points, 3 simple steps, 5 simple steps, back to back like that. Right? But when you are not even collecting and feeding in, you have a problem. Negotiation, I can't even go into this one. Emotional intelligence, closing. This is like a 3 hours course. This closing is key, right? But because we're looking at the preferred realtor, so it's more of the front end than the back end. So I'll skip closing. Next, how visible you are. If you are valuable and you are not visible, you are as good as being useless. Should I say it again?
No, sir.
If you are valuable, right, and you are not visible, you are as good as being useless. Hmm? People buy from who they know, who they are seeing, not the best. So automatically, the person they are seeing becomes the best because that is what is available to their eyes and their physical realm. This one is hurtful. Once you are unknown, you have no economic value. True or true? If you are not known, consider yourself not having economic value. Because it is what I see that can solve my problem that I can give my money. If I can't see you, I don't know you, that you have the solution to my problem, I move to the next alternative. So that you know this thing. Now you're sitting down, Jeff is going to talk to us, Hush is going to talk to us, everybody's going to talk to us. Even if we bring Donald Trump here, we bring Grant Cardone here, all the real estate people in Nigeria, we bring all of them to talk to us today. When we are done, and you just go to your house, see that, wow, what an amazing day. You cross your leg and sleep. Nobody's going to know what you carry in terms of value. And at that point, you are valuable but not visible. Next slide. Depositioning. Now that you have value, you should now begin to think about your positioning. And at that point, you position yourself for visibility. How do you make yourself preferred online? So there's a physical realm and there's the online realm. And you must create a balance. Don't ignore anyone. I'm not the guy that will say, oh, online, and you lose your physical touch. Create a balance between the both of them. All right. So now focus on platforms. The most searched platforms in the world are where and where? Most searched platforms in the world.
Google.
So how many of you are on Google? When was the last time you searched for your name on Google? The last time you searched, you like what you saw? What did you see? Nothing. Somebody has collected your name on Google. It's important. It's key. And this is not the first time we're hearing this. You heard this before? Have you heard this before? What do you do about it? Platforms. You need to look at platforms that are search based, right? For me, I'll prioritize these platforms because it means that those people are ready and they're about to get this thing done, right? Some of them will still move to the trust establishment zone, but then largely they are good to go. There's interest, there's active interest. So your job is to position yourself at those realms. Now next question, I'll read this one. I think I'll read this one. The next question will not be how do you position yourself online? Do the following. Number one, webinars. If you have ever hosted an event here, physical or online, let me see your hand. Okay, so less than 50% of us. Go and do webinars. Go and take a nice picture, not selfie. Take a nice picture, put yourself together, create an event. 5 ways to invest in real estate in Abuja the right way. Put under host Raymond Vision. Now let me tell you the truth. You may not get a lot of views or people to attend, but the perception of a lot of persons who will see it is that this guy knows his stuff. This guy is serious. They may not attend, but the fact that you had the guts, the temerity, waiting again, the effrontery, the audacity, the odogulness, the fact that you had the courage to even do it and say you want to educate people in that light on social media, whatever, physically, you already feel like, this guy they make sense. That is the perception. We're going to get to it shortly. So webinars. Webinars are key, right? Educate people, teach them. When you are done, download it, put it on YouTube. When you're done, download it, put it on other platforms, right? Educative freebies. When you're talking, you can put it together as a PDF and let people download them for free. Download them, you collect their emails, you collect their phone numbers, right? Create solution-driven content. Are there problems in the real estate sector in Abuja? Yes. Now sit down and ask yourself, what are the solutions around all of these problems? Create the solution. Then make it a video. You make it a video. I would always say do videos because videos are game changers. Videos are today. Videos are for today. They're for tomorrow. If you notice, the algorithm is shifting towards video, 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 video. And video will even help you rank more, rank better. Right? So create solution-driven content. Create fear-reducing content. People are afraid to demolish somebody's property. Create a video that responds to that fear and brings hope. I've done this over and over and over. And let me still tell you, it's getting better. It's getting easier. Right? But do you know that since Oga entered office, it is more difficult to sell real estate in Abuja? Because people are afraid. You read about demolition tomorrow, today, next tomorrow, and almost every other day. So your job is to lift your perception, lift your value proposition beyond a demolition. There's one that happened recently. I would have loved to jump on it, but it's personal to me. Eh? It would have been so amazing to jump on. So create fear-reducing content, create attention-seeking content, self-worth, content that show your value. Now let me explain this two together. You see these two, self-worth and value, right? This can be about your authority, the legal part. See that legal part I talked about? That is a key conversation to have as relates to building authority or creating self-worth. Sometimes, let me tell you a secret. Sometimes I do certain videos, not because I want the clients to understand. I just want to show you that I know technical things. Telling you facts. From them watching it, they're like, oh wow, this guy is good. This guy knows his stuff. You see the video I did responding to the 7 million naira issue? There's a lot of numbers, calculation. No, I said I can't feel myself. They were not two numbers. Right? But with all of the numbers and calculations, I know you have no idea people that reached out to me because of that video. That video has given me over 50 subscribers in how many days? Because from there, I was able to present my self-value, and in addition, it was also attention seeking. Because I responded to a trending hot matter. See how we miss opportunities. Don't miss opportunities again. There's one that trended sometime last year, about $50,000. Who heard about it? Nobody. Right? So create issue-based content or trending issues so you can also connect. So next slide. Okay, I think my time is up. The next is, how are you perceived? And now this is the question of branding. This is the word?
Question of brand.
P2P, perception equals, projection equals perception. Say after me.
Projection equals perception.
What you project is what they perceive. If you project that you know this thing, they accept it that you know it. If you don't project at all, whatever they accept, whatever they perceive, is what you projected. Right? This is where I'm even entering my conversation. But you've hushed. Next slide, let me see. Okay. How to build a trustworthy, sustainable real estate brand. Scroll again, let me see. Next slide again. Okay, go back. Go back. Let me rush it. Go back. 5 minutes. How to build a trustworthy, sustainable real estate brand. Number one, content, what you carry inside of you. Right? Content, what you carry inside of you. You carry a solution, be known for providing solutions. Number two, clarity. Be clear about your vision. If you're not clear, you have a problem. Number three, content. Now, the difference between number one and number two is that number one is what you carry. Number three is what you give out. Do you understand it? Number four is consistency. We've touched a little bit on it. Number five is collaboration, leverage. Identify with the right brands. Do you know that snapping a picture with one person rubs off on you when you post it? Somebody saw me in a picture with one of his mentors, very top guy in the industry, and he said that was the reason he bought a property from me worth 8 million naira without seeing me. He said that because I'm rolling with this guy, then automatically, right? So when you see people of value, you must collaborate. And the collaboration is in two dimensions. It's in the leverage and it's in the actual collaboration in terms of Instagram. I'm not going to have time for that. Number six is your colors. Unfortunately, a lot of us, when we talk about branding, focus on colors alone. Logo, websites. What again? Talk to me now. Saturation. Waiting. Eh? Polo, branded polo. Front and back. What else? And we forget the main things. Colors are just part of the elements of real branding. It's unfortunate that I don't have time to really exhaust each of these conversations, right? But look beyond the colors. The colors are important, don't ignore it. Because you can have 1 to 7 and nobody will care. Because of this, if you ignore number 6, if you ignore the colors and have 1 to 7, a lot of persons will not care. At best, you keep getting referrals, right? But in terms of brand perception, a lot of person will think you are not the guy until they test you, right? So the next is customer satisfaction. With customer satisfaction, you are able to attract more and more, more and more. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. All right. So the next slide is what? Okay, this is not all. This is not all, but this is how far we can go today. And question and answer for me. Please put them together for me.
Oh my.
Right, so I'll take a couple of questions and I have a gift for you, right? So all you have to do to get my gift is to give me a review on Google, right? You can search for the best real estate school in Nigeria. Give me a review there, right? Okay, so search for the best real estate school in Nigeria. Best real estate school in Nigeria. We're going to see Fortune Real Estate Academy, right? Give me a review there, and then about this class, how was the class for you and all of that. And then I'll give you access for free to 40 real estate Q&A. So I did, over the years of doing real estate, I've had a lot of questions over the years. So I put all of those questions together and I created appropriate answers to all of them, right? So I'll give you 40 of those questions or answers for free. I'll give you access for free. All you have to do is give me a review. Send a quick screenshot to the academy number and then you'll be granted access. Call the academy number for me, please. 080 36 90 5249. Again, all right. 36 90 5249. All right, questions, please. Quickly. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? No questions for me? Hi. All right. You can ask general questions if it's not about what we did. And of course, this is like this is an introduction to the entire conversation. We have 6 courses at our academy. So there's a whole lot, right? So it's way beyond this.
Thank you for your message today. I just wanted to ask outside, and I want to ask something pertaining legal part of race.
It's not consultancy. I want to go on.
No. I just wanted to ask, does a relocated allocation paper, does it have the same value with the one that has actual, that was initially, there's a relocation and the one that was actually allocated, that was first hand allocation. Does it have the same value? Like
So maybe you were here and they relocated you from here.
Yes, to another place. Yes.
If it's the same person that moved you
yeah.
to another place,
Yeah.
it's the same. The only difference is that location may have changed. If they move you from Maitama to Gobalada, then the value reduces.
Yeah, I understand. But
in terms of who gave it to you, you're good.
It's good. Okay. No problem. I just wanted to.
All right. Good morning to you.
Sorry, I was a bit late.
That's fine.
Yes, I want to ask, what was the difference between hectares and acres?
Voila.
And my second question is, we are having issue. I stay in a rural area where we do have this AMAC. We have issue with AMAC papers and the rest.
Yeah.
So there's this the plots of land I'm having issue right now, and they say the paper is cloned. I don't know, and the date the names of the, like the first allotee, second, they are all on the system, on the database, but the paper, the document are cloned. I don't know. Is it something like that? Is it possible?
Yes.
Yes.
If you can answer the first question, I'll give you 10,000. Me, I can answer it now.
I'm not good.
Am I included? Sorry, somebody's raising his hand. I should have.
Okay. No cookie, no
Okay, I'm taking back my 10,000.
Take that, I'm very good, but I forgot things. I don't.
It's asked? Yes. No. Alright, so that means that's
taking back my 10K.
the 10K of gold. What was the first question again? Okay. Where's the board again? But now, in summary, right? Okay, so let me answer you like another hectare is bigger than acre. So does that answer the question? So the question is, do you understand it? You don't. What is the difference between hectare and acre?
It's actually the site I really want to know, because I am having an argument between somebody. I'm actually having an argument between somebody inside the city. You know, what we do in our area, what we know is hectares. White people in the town, what they do is acres. There are some parts in Abuja, because we are in a group, in a WhatsApp group, where we are arguing this thing.
So you want to use these points now to win the argument. Okay, where's the marker? Okay, so initially we drew this as 100 by 100 feet by 100 feet, right? Now, for you to get 1 hectare by 10, 1 hectare is 10,000 square meters. Did you hear me? 10,000 square meters. Now, if you want to go to acre, first of all, there's a huge difference. Yeah, you don't know before now. And that was when I used to work in a law firm. I had to Google it. I realized that you can go and prepare documents. Initially, I used to think it's British English versus American English. Right? But 1 hectare is way bigger than. So 1 hectare by Google is saying that 1 hectare is 2.5 of. So you need times 2.5 of 1 acre to get 1 hectare. Are you with me? Am I correct? I'm wrong. Okay. Now, so it means that if you divide 10,000 square meters, so 10,000 square meters divide by 2.5 is what? Is it 4,000? Now, the question of whether this is 1 acre or not is now a matter of jurisdiction again. Because for some persons, so we said that this is 100 by 100, and it gives us 10 this thing. Some people will never ask you question of how many plots are here or how many plots are here. So it now boils down to whether you are looking at 100 by 100, 50 by 100, or 120 feet by 60 feet. But to keep it simple, always understand that 1 hectare is bigger than 1 acre. And you need 2.5. I can go, Abby. Thank you so much. All right. Wait, now.
Thank you once again for clearing your schedules to hear all of us. Yeah, what you value from this session? Please say hi. Hi. A round of applause for you. All right, thank you once again. We are grateful. The entire management team of Ocean and the Red Cross here, on behalf of everyone here, we are saying a big thank you to you for this wonderful session. Thank you once again. Now, for the benefit of those who came late, I want to introduce myself again. My name is Caleb from Nanya House. I'm the MD and CEO of Oceans. I am your host. So we still have one other speaker here. His name is Idoma. And Jeff Anozi. But before I call Jeff Anozi, I don't plan to speak because I don't want to take much of our time. Before I call your name to hand over my microphone, I have some few words for you. Now, before I begin, I want you to understand that an untrained rector is a danger to the real estate industry. How many of you know this? If you are not trained, then you become a problem to the industry because you will be the one telling wrong information to the clients who wants to buy or the clients who wants to invest. Another thing that I want you to know that if you are here or if you are in Abuja in general, you have a great privilege. Do you know what I'm saying? Is it is easier for you here in Abuja or people in Lagos to close deals in Udo, Kano, Delta, or Harcourt, but it's difficult for them to close deals in Abuja and Lagos. You know why? Now, Abuja and Lagos is like a global market. Other states are regional markets. True of course. Yes. Now, this now boils down to what I will say. Your location will also determine your destiny. When we moved to Abuja from about 18 months ago, I struggled to close deals here in Abuja because the strategies I was using in Delta is no longer working here. Now I have to take my time to study the industry to know what is working before I started closing deals. And by special grace of God, I have closed one deal that run into 500 and something million naira just one deal here in Abuja. That's my 18 months of operations. Please clap for me. The truth is that if I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it,
My car is down this road. You know. That black SUV. Yeah, that my black Highlander. This guy knows where I parked it. Well, maybe if I say okay, no problem. Anybody. So I just want the car to come in. So I'll bring it.
they need to read the law, they need to have a lot of content before they close it. There's someone I know in Africa who does not post anything on WhatsApp. He does not post anything on Facebook. In fact, there is a guy I know. This guy marries a second wife because he does not know how to write it and write. Are you with me? This thing I'm telling you is a real life story. His first wife cannot also read and write. The reason he married second wife is because his wife will be the one to be replying, help him to reply message on WhatsApp. Who's this more than me? That's his own grace. Now you cannot be like him, you cannot be like me. But the truth is that I always tell people, all of us, I believe I will pass through secondary school and there's what we call simultaneous education. If there are so many simultaneous education, we have different formulas, true of course. But at the end, we are going to arrive at the same answer. What does it mean? The end goal is what matters. Your approach can be different, my approach can be different. But what matters is that are you closing? Now, I want to tell you a story about me, and if you are here, it's a great privilege because I've never told my story in any public platform at all. So I need to pay attention. Now, when I started real estate, I did not start like most of you here. Some of that guys told me that all of you are privileged. Some of you already have car. I did not start real estate as someone that has car. I started in 2018 when I came back from abroad. Are you with me? I started as an agent. How many of you started real estate as an agent? Just I started as an agent. In fact, I've shared 40,000 naira with 4 people as an agent. Agent, I mean house agent. Some of you started as a rector because you are armed with industry knowledge. True of course. When I'm in Sabah, you know they do real estate here. and Lagos is not the same. Are you with me? The way they do real estate there and the way they do here. Some of you have access to a lot of big developers here. They get privilege. I know what I'm saying. Do you understand? So when I started, some people were laughing at me, I see you don't need agents. I did not answer them because I know where I'm going to. The reason I want to tell you this my story so that you can learn one of two things and know that you are doing the wrong thing, the right thing, and not doing the wrong thing. Even if you are not closing deals. Real estate is not like ice cream industry where a passerby will just walk in and buy ice cream from you. There are some people that before they buy through you, it might take them 3 years, it might take them 4 years. It has happened to me. More than 98% of the people I helped to secure accommodation in our bought land from me. Some have even bought house from me. Why? Because of the relationship that we have kept over time. Now, had it been that I did not start as an agent, most of all these people, I will not know them. There are some people that you know today. I will not say that they are good. They are still struggling. But believe me, their status today is not. That is not what's going to define me be tomorrow. Yeah. There are some people that today they are nobody. Tomorrow will become somebody. Now, if you have good relationship with these people, it will be easier for you to close deals with them when they are not somebody. True of course, for you to see people, you have to write, you have to get a lot of security. There are some people that want to see you. They can even go and block in wise bedroom because of relationship over time. So I want you to understand that in this industry, first of all, if you want to go far, you have to learn how to build relationship with people, anybody that you have their contact. Don't take this with levity. I know what I'm saying. And anything I tell you here, I am not the person that go to Google from my own experience, and this is something that worked for me. Are you with me? So when I started in Asaba, I was doing it like a joke, like a play. And over time, because I know where I'm headed to, I don't want to end like roadside agent. Do you understand? In fact, at 2019, I rented my own personal house. One of you have a house. I have a space, about 40 square meter space in the floor. I rented in 2019. There's no one person that knows my story very well. And seated here, I don't want to call him, but he knows. In 2019, I have my own space. Even though I don't go to the office every day. One of my classmates in university was the person I called. Okay, come, let's do this together. At a point, he gave up. This is why you see today, someone who goes and a record next tomorrow, the person will post issues. How many of you have seen people like that? Yeah. Of course. Because real estate industry is not ice cream industry. Are we communicating? Real estate industry is not ice cream industry. Before you break even in real estate, you have to put in a lot of work. Your first sales might be low. Your second sales might be low. Your third sales will have be depend on how hard you push. Are you with me? One good thing about this industry is that the moment you get your first commission, that first commission, especially if it's maybe millions, it's going to change the game for you. For now, make it for you that this industry is very low. A lot of us are first time to reflect on that. And they are not living low. This industry will die here. Because what commission can do for your salary cannot do it for you. Do you understand? But before you get to that stage of earning commissions endlessly, the question is, will you be patient? Can you be able to do the work? Are you with me? Now, I as the MD of this organization does not mean that I'm the most smartest guy, but I know it all. I paid a lot of dues. In fact, let me even tell you, first estates that we launched in Boston in 2020, about 45 blocks of land in Asaba. I sold all of them by myself. Then I don't even have any staff. In less than 2 months, I sold everything by myself. Now, that same 2019, 2020, 2021, I don't know how to shoot it. In fact, I don't even have no microphone to address people like this. I was very shy. I was a shy guy. I make videos. I don't watch my video. I put them like that. My wife is laughing at me. She's here. No composure. But I did not give up. I don't even care about what you say on my platform. You understand? And I also want you to understand that the real estate industry is not banking sector. Because I see a lot of people, they speak plenty grammar, sometimes I even get angry. When you play a lot of grammar, you are confusing the people that you are talking to. They don't give a damn fuck about doing your plenty grammar. Anything I'm telling you here, please don't joke with it. I know what I'm saying. In fact, what gave me an edge in Asaba to close massive deals is my emotional intelligence. Raymond said it here. You guys might not understand. Emotional intelligence is if you are here now, you know how to speak outside. Please don't joke with your language. I know what I'm saying. I'm an Igbo guy, but I was born and brought up in Delta. All my life I've been in Delta and abroad. But I can speak Igbo. I was supposed to learn. Do you know why? If an Igbo person call you, most of them will say, okay, I'm Igbo. The moment you reciprocate with Igbo, they become more comfortable to communicate with you. This also happens with Hausa and Yoruba people. Stop all this your big grammar. It's not going to help you to close deals. When you are on a call or when you are meeting client, first of all, try to study the client. If the client speaks Hausa, be the first to speak their Hausa. If it's Yoruba, you can communicate with Yoruba, speak Yoruba, or being too formal. Are you with me? Yes. The moment you communicate with them with that language, it's going to help you to close that. Are we together? Don't joke with your language, other language. Yes, speaking good English is good, but you're not in the banking sector. I need to understand this. There are a lot of people who want to buy land. They don't even know how to speak English. The moment you do grammar with them, you feel intimidated. They become very uncomfortable. Are you with me? Yes. So, as I was saying, when we launched that first estate, I don't know if you should have shown. I was the one doing everything. I was doing the marketing. I was keeping record. I was doing everything. That is why you see that I always tell people, even if you have the money, start from scratch. You know what? The experience you are going to get in the industry, work or tax, PPT, cannot teach you that experience. Some of you may end up becoming developers. Some of you will end up becoming the biggest real estate broker. How many of you know BLG? How many of you? BLG is the biggest realtors marketing network. The only thing they use to market products, real estate products. And these people, the money they rent in monthly is even bigger than annual revenue of major real estate companies that you know. So what am I trying to say? Is there a must that here in real estate industry there's a lot of value chain like an export. You must not become a developer. Don't push yourself. You don't have that strength to become a developer. Some of you might even end up becoming speakers. I know some speakers that before you attend their program, there's one program I attended last year. I paid $10,000. He attended that program with me. Just am I lying? $10,000 converted 10 to about 15 million. That's one big cash to attend this program. How many of you can do that? I'm not happy. Anything I'm telling you here is verifiable. So some of you might end up to be a speaker in this industry. It's just for you to pay attention, take your time and pay your dues in the industry. So that when it's time, you can make the industry. A lot of things. One client was with me in my office the other time. He was like, why are we charging 20% if you want to resell this estate? I told him, see, real estate is generational wealth. Like you bought this one now, 8.5 million. Like next 5 years, you might resell it 100 million. We also are gatekeepers of this property, so we have to get something from you. Are you getting me? Yes. It was like, no, that's the same thing. What am I trying to say? Real estate, there's a lot of money to be made. If you are following me on social media, most times when I post, especially when these guys, couple of the guys started attacking developers about overpriced properties. Yes, there's a post I made caused a lot of chaos on Instagram. I told them people that real estate industry is not like the food industry where everybody have price. You want to buy one cup for price now, you know that this is what they are selling you. As long as there's a willing buyer and a willing seller, that there's nothing you can do. you, if you like, go and call EFCC cannot do anything because most of all the government officials they are also involved in making the industry. Are you getting me? But what matters is at the end, you are either making money from real estate or you are paying money. You cannot escape it. True of us. There is no way you can escape it. So do you want to make money in real estate or you want to pay money?
I want to make money.
The decision is yours. The real estate industry is not about how you feel, it's not about your emotions. Are you with me? You cannot succeed in this industry if you are being overly emotional in the industry. You just do what is left to be done, take your money and move on. Are you with me? Now I want to also talk about the visibility that Mr. John mentioned here. Please. One of the most expensive commodity in the sales industry is attention. If you don't get my attention, there's no way you can sell to the two of us. Now, it's not enough for you to post video or write content. In fact, when I started this real estate, I was forced to learn how to write. In fact, when I started pushing in my contents online, there was a time my HOD in university called me, Caleb, are you the person that wrote these things? I started laughing because I did statistics in school. Nothing concern all the writing. I don't know if you're getting me. Why? Because I've chosen to learn. I've chosen to grow. I've chosen that I will no longer be mediocre. You want to remain in mediocre. You understand? I'm choosing to improve myself, personal development, so that I can grow in the industry. And another mistake most of you make, you might not like this, but I'm being very honest. As of 2018 when I started, the person that I took as a mentor was also a rector. How many of you have a fellow rector that you call your mentor? You see what I'm saying? It's not bad that you call Dr. Stephen Akintara your mentor. It's not bad. But the question is, do you have access to it? Can you call him in midnight to express your frustrations? Are we together? Yes, sir. Can you call him? No. I took my time. I drove from Asaba to Port Harcourt to meet him. My mentor is one of the biggest developers in Port Harcourt today. Now, as someone who is a rector, if you send him a message, man, he might not even reply. But as at then, he was still coming up. I know that he understands the industry more than me. I took him as a mentor. We travel together. If anytime we are traveling abroad, it's like a retreat. We go there, we play, we learn, and we have the opportunity to ask a lot of questions. There is no way that we don't communicate on phone, not even WhatsApp. We talk, you will call. Sometimes when I'm talking to them, I have to say, I don't have this on my phone. You understand? Can you speak to those people that you follow online like that? Apart from what they post, most of them are motivational speakers. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not here to motivate them. Here to tell you what is going to help you to succeed in the industry. Most of them are motivational speakers. I know one, he does not have any estate in Nigeria that people are living. But if you want to attend his master class, you are going to pay $2,000. I want to call his name. All of you know him. You call him your mentor. You have access to him. Are we together? Please. In this industry, there are people that knows the laws. Your duty is to be able to identify these people and align yourself with them. So that tomorrow, when these people blow up, you can still maintain that access with them. Are you getting what I'm saying? There are a lot of things that you need to learn. Nobody is going to teach you all these things. When I came to this town, in fact, when I talk about Abuja, people think that I've spent more than 10 years in this city. You get what I'm saying? But I'm less than 2 years in this city. I've taken my time. How many of you have been to AD school to do a search on the property before selling? How many of you? These are the things that I did. And I'm still doing them things. But when I cannot do it, I tell my lawyer to go do it for me. These things are very, very important. No matter the integrity of any organization, please, there are some things you shouldn't take with levity. If an organization is launching an estate, and you love that project, you want to market that project, you will not spend more than 20,000 naira to go and do your research at the ages. Are you with me? He mentioned something about paper being good. These things are common in the industry. In fact, there's a man that is scam in Dubai. You know how they carried out that scam? The land they want to sell to him is not in Dubai, but they gave him a document. That document now is not showing. The document they gave to him is not in Dubai. Are you with me?
Yes.
He went to Ages to do search and they confirmed that property is okay. Now the man now went to pay. After paying, he moved into the site and now realized that that is not where the property is located. These are the most common things that happens in this Abuja.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Now, as option before we buy any property, we don't just go to after going to Ages, I will send my surveyor after I carry this paper go to Ages land. As someone who wants to have an egg, as someone who wants to become a rector of interest, these are the things I need to do. In fact, in the course of interest, I realized I lack one thing, which is follow up. Once I close here, I don't give you about money when I started. But after closing it, that is when your job as a rector begins. You have to fight for clients to get the documents. You have to fight for your clients to get the application. These are the things that make you an exceptional record in the industry. These are the things that will give you an edge in the industry. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if you are not able to do all these things, my dear sisters, my dear brothers, you will remain stagnant. The industry is already choked. The industry is already saturated. So you need an edge. That edge that you need is for you to go extra miles to satisfy your clients. See, it is easier for you to convince a returning client to buy than to convince a new person to buy any project. True or false? So these are the things. Now, I also want to tell you people because there's something Raymond said, I don't buy into the idea, which is going to buy the car. Please, if you have money to buy the car, buy it. Please buy it. You know what I'm saying? For a person like me, my wife can tell me, I like wearing shorts. In fact, anytime I travel abroad, I buy shorts, but and then I will end up not wearing it. Now, when I started, I came to realize something. Because people see me as a very young person, when the moment you get out of I want to see expecting to see maybe one big man with a big body, then and where I dress, that time I like to wear sneakers, I like to wear jeans and sneakers. I realize that these things is not helping me. In fact, far back 2017, 2018, 2019, before I used to say I'm not in that get free. Over time, I realized that this thing is not going to help me. I upgraded. The first iPhone I bought like in 12 for you to know when I started using iPhone. This is my second phone. Most times I can stay 1 week, I will not answer call with this phone. But I carry them because people, the first impression is the last impression. Very awesome. Do you understand? That first impression is the last impression because you might not have the privilege of convincing that person again. Perception. That's why I package myself. The car I'm driving, all my years in Asaba, I did not buy any car. I could have gotten car, but the reason I did not buy it, I don't want to be kidnapped. I don't want people to start seeing me that I'm not a big man. But here in this city, the car that you use, people use it to rate you. I've gone to places where people don't park. Yeah, I'll park there. They will even beg me to park there because of the type of car I use. I've gone for meeting. As soon as I pull up, everybody will compose.
You'll be addressed the way.
It's simple, not just being addressed. That first impression, don't play with it. Yes, don't play with it. If you have money to buy car, buy it. If you have money to buy iPhone 16, buy it. I have a friend that has been using iPhone 11 since. Say that it's not going to change. I say, Baba, I'm not concerning me. if I for sell iPhone 17 now today, I'll go and give them this one for the iPhone 17. Nothing concern, even if I'm not making use of all the functions. This is what works. For the fact that is what is working, you have to do it and get the money.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Shut up and take the money. Are you with me? Yes, sir. Please package yourself. Perception sells a lot. If you have money to buy of 3 million, buy it. But I'm not saying I should go and borrow and buy it.
Not borrow, sir.
Please don't borrow and buy it. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Package yourself, brand yourself very well. If you like suit, buy suits. If you don't have money to buy suit, when you don't have money to buy. Pay attention to your footwear also. Because most times people they start from your toe to reach into your head. A lot of people, these things matters to them. The places I've gotten access in this Abuja, if I'm not able to brand myself and package myself, I might not be able to have access to all this. There's a meeting that I went to one of my partner in Iceland. After that meeting, they followed us downstairs. I told my guy, you know why these people follow us come downstairs? They want to see how we carry on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because the deal is the deal of billions that run into billions naira. So they are rating us if we can handle it. So these things are important, especially we that are in Abuja. And believe me, most of the people that buy some malls are people in the house para. So they pay attention to everything you do online. Are you getting me? Yes. If I send a gold gem to people, most times I get the response because if you send a message to someone that you are not a friend with on social media, if they see your message, before they respond, they will go and click your profile. So how is your digital image? Great, yeah? Yes. Are you getting me? These things don't take them with levity. These are the things that work for me. And I believe that it works for him also. That is why you always see him. You wear jacket and wear tie. Do you understand? Back in Asaba, I'm not a native free. It was in Abuja that I realized that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is native. But I told them that if you people like wear native from Monday to Sunday, I see that Monday and Tuesday I must wear corporate. They like come here and that's the error. What am I trying to say? I have to adapt to the system. In Asaba, on Friday I don't even wear native. I have native so on Friday I will wear my jeans and wear my sneakers. Nothing concerning with native. But here, to today on Thursday, I'm putting on native. Tomorrow I will put on native. Even if it's not something I like, but I have to change, I have to innovate. I have to study the market, I have to study the customer behavioral pattern, give them what they want and take their money. Are we together? Yes, sir. Another thing you shouldn't joke with is online ads. I started closing deals more in the city. The first time I run ads, all my stay in Asaba, I run online ads because the people that bought from me will tell people, other people will tell people, and 90% of our clients who is in Asaba is Igbo people. And Igbo people, if you know them very well, a good number of them they invest with emotions, which is their life. Are you with me? So when you're not telling them to come and buy in Abuja, say no, let's collect my land. Let me give collect my land from even though that is not, no matter how you try to explain to them, these people are fixated on investing in this and there's nothing you can do about it, no matter how you talk. Do you understand? So I now realize that I need new people. No wahala, people might buy a salad. I find people wey buy salad. I started running ads. First ad I ran, I closed a deal of 18 million naira. It was not difficult for me, just like I told you. Before people we want to do anything with you, there will be a background check, which is first thing, they will go and check your profile. Do you understand? So if you are not posting anything on your social media, please take it very serious. Post. It must not be a real estate content. Study your audience. Understand what they like. For the people that have my number, there are some days I don't even post about it. I will just post name. I will post a new joke. You know why I do it? Because if your viewers get used to you posting real estate, it becomes very boring. Anytime they see your status, this is what they do. They call shift. Do you understand? Yeah. I'm very, very unpredictable in my status. They cannot predict what I will post. So by so doing, I will be able to lure you to use my real estate post because I don't go them with real estate post. In my Twitter, I have a Twitter handle. I don't maybe once in 3 weeks I won't post real estate. Do you understand? These are the things that you have to understand. Your audience, you should be able to understand and study them, their patterns, how they behave, know what they want and give it to them. Because attention is very expensive. If you don't have their attention, you cannot sell together. There's something that he also said about jumping on trending topics. There's one video I posted on my Instagram. After I posted that video, I got more than 200 followers organically. Because the video was trending. I said, okay, I also have to jump on. I got my own free followers. And please also don't buy followers in any of your platform. I've got when we wanted to sign an ambassador, there are some people that I sent to. You know what I do? I'll go to the post that they make, I'll see the reactions. Those reactions, how can you have 775 followers and you make a video, 10 people liking the video? Does it make any sense? Oh, fake. Are we together? Don't buy followers. Build organic thing. Run sponsored ad. If you make sales and you pay commission 500, if I get you, I'll bring that 250 for us. If you do this consistently, closing deals in this city will not be a problem for you. Please take social media as seriously. If you want to grow in this industry as a realtor, because if you said to me, I'm your friend, you call me after us, I get property and I buy. You call Jeff and your guy, Jeff buy. If you don't say to me and Jeff, now you want to get another client. You have to hustle. You understand? You have to hustle. Because if there is no price, there is no going to be any payment. Nothing is going to be handed over to you for free. That is why you see that if you make a post that is all about sales, Mark will shadow ban you. It will not go far because he wants you to give him money. The moment you give him money, he will give you exposure. When I travel to the UK, I use it as an opportunity to verify all my profiles. So not difficult for me, but here in Nigeria, I was struggling to do it. The requirements here in Nigeria and the requirements abroad is not the same. So these are the things that you have to understand how the algorithm works. And algorithm favors those that run ads. If you keep on giving Mark money every time, even when you make a post like you did not sponsor, he will also give you that visibility because Baba knows say you give am money. Are we together? Please take social media as seriously. No matter anything we say here, after talking and he's done talking, you go home and continue the way you were doing before. You take on the same as result. The first ad I did, I put 300K. I was spending 30,000 every day for my ads. More sales the road I close. I got my money I spend. Do you understand? And there are sometimes that you run ad, you must keep closing. Now, what happens is that the leads, those leads that you get, like I told you, and you also said it, real estate is a long-term thing. There are some people that will not give you their money because they are scared. If I have a client that bought land from me in November, 2 days ago he came with his lawyer. I did not understand them. Why are they not giving him a rotation? Some of them are still scared, so they need time. Sometimes what I need from clients is their number. I don't even need everything. If I have your number, I'll make sure that it's your WhatsApp number. then I will not allow you to defame my status. The more they are doing your status, the more you are becoming more credible to them. There's a program I did in 2020 in Wazobia FM in Abuja. From 2020 till now is how many years?
5 years.
5 years. And the guy bought one this year. He said, say wetin make am not buy food the same day here. Say for 9 long believe me. Wetin make am believe me. There won't be project that will have him as a very big project. In fact, when we put that song, people never believe that we can put that song. And the guy has been following me consistently. He has been viewing my updates. Now I was able to convince him to buy subconsciously without talking to me. So these are the things that you need. Any lead that you have, don't rush them. There are some people that will make decisions in the next 2 years. There are some that will make decisions in the next 3 months. There are some that will make decisions in the next 1 month. The most important thing is to get those leads. And as long as you have those leads, they will keep on doing your search. And the more they are doing your search, the more you are becoming more credible and reliable to them. And trust me, they develop that trust. Are you with me? Yes. Now, I want to talk about our system as Russian. I said it was, and my guy don't need to give me signal. Now, Russians, we are real estate company of preference, and that's why you see that one of the topics today is how we can become a rector of preference. As our rectors, there is a lot for you to benefit from us. And we give everybody a priority. Everybody matters to us, whether you are a rector, whether you are a client. Are you with me? Yes, sir. If you want to confirm what I'm saying, after this class, you can also do your research. Before you say 1, 2, 3 in Asaba, our name will pop up because we are good in what we do. And another advantage we also have here also is that if you are not able to close a key here, you can easily close a key in Asaba. That is the site and service estates that is functioning in Asaba. Currently, as I speak to you, there is electricity in the estate, there is water, there is security in the estate. So if you have those people that will issue interested and tell them that you have something in Asaba that you can key into, you can easily close all these deals. And our commission base is 10%. That's what we pay here. I don't know about other places that other companies that you have now. We pay 10% commission. It doesn't end here. You can win an amazing prizes, fantastic gifts, and even abroad trip. We don't take loyalty for granted. As long as they are loyal to you, you will not regret being loyal to our brand. And I would love to partner and work with all of you here. After this seminar, I'm going to give out my number. You have my direct number. If you have any questions, if you have any challenges, I'm willing. I'm always available to respond to you. I want to be your friend. Are you ready to be my friend? Yes. I want us to win together because I cannot do it alone and you cannot do it alone. And also, I also want you to know that fortunes, anything that is not LCDA, don't do it. Are you with me? If you are able to sell money capacity extension, you can easily close a deal and Karishi. If you don't have those Odogu to pay 50 million naira for 350 square meter, you might have that small Odogu that can pay for the one of 4.5 million. Two of us. So, as a record, if you want to remain PP, if you want to remain better, if you want to remain as in a boss, it's very important to expand your tentacles. Don't be so fixated, don't be too emotional with one company or one product. Expand, explore. Partner with other credible real estate companies. But that does not mean that you start posting different flyers and starting. Because the more you do that, the more you confuse people. If you want to partner, I can say, okay, this week or this month, I'm going to go just sell property. People are from Hushrooms, people are from another company, people are from another company. That area is okay. Don't be tempted to go small. Unless there is a request from the client, I want something I can do. And meanwhile, 3 properties that are posted, none is important. That is the only way you can send them personalized offer. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
There is a record like that I have his number. Anytime I give this house, it's always chaotic. Do you know why? if you post one flyer, that flyer will have 15 properties. So I was like, are you even mad? Please, if you know the sort, don't meet. Choose those three. If I'm posting, we have more than 3 projects, but I don't post more than 2 or maximum of 3. I don't post more than 1. Sometimes only one I will even post because I'm being very intentional. What I want you to buy is what I'm going to show you. I'm not just posting it for posting sake because I want my status to be active. No, it's what I want you to give me money for. That is what I want you to see. So please, after the event, I think that our staff must have gotten your number. Please, we would like to welcome you, we would like to partner with you. Our commissions will pay swift, will pay 2 times, sometimes 3 times in a week. When you close the week, we pay. Our commission does not take time, we will be 10% on all our projects. If there's anything, any questions that you would like to ask, if there's something that you're not understanding, that you need more clarity on, after this event, please, I will be here and I'm willing to attend to you. Thank you very much and sit back and introducing my brother, the MD and CEO, founder of Value Global, Mr. Jeff Arnold here. Mr. Jeff,
Thank you. To be the last speaker is not easy. They've said almost everything. Okay, thank you, Hush. I want to appreciate the management and staff of Hush Homes Limited for inviting me here. I also want to specifically appreciate you guys, each and every one of you, for taking your time to be here. Please appreciate yourselves. I see a lot of people I know here. Mayoga is there. I know Paul, yeah, and a few others. It's good to see you all here. Priscilla and everybody. Mayoga's them. All right, so thank you for this. Are we exhausted? Are we active? Are we still active? Yeah. Okay, so I want to know if we're active. My phone. Okay. I want to know if we're active. We'll play a game briefly. How long? We'll play a game briefly. We'll play a game briefly. Are we ready? There's a prize already, I mean. So we're going to do a concentration game. How many of us know it? Concert. Oh, nice. My guys are here. So let's play a concentration game before we start. Huh? We're all going to rise, if you don't mind. Wait, just hold on. We're going to all rise, right? And then I'll say concert. You say concentration. Beautiful. So I'll call something. Say names of cars. The guys will win this one. Okay, we should do cars. Beautiful. I like that. You know what cars? Let's do car brands. Car brands. You know what a car brand is, right? Don't tell me GLE, SLK, right? You get it. All right. So if you fail, you don't. If it reaches your turn, right? So we're going to start from. No. We're going to start from here. Yeah. We're going to start from here. Then we'll go like this. Then like this. Then like this. Right? You get it? Then as soon as we get to you, we can continue from. Should we include you guys? Yeah? Should we include all of you? Okay, so you need 10K too, I mean. So as soon as we get to you, then we'll continue from Mo. Continue from you. Okay, from him, right? Change is before you. Like that. Make sense? You don't pause too much. As soon as you pause, you failed, you know, right? Yes, as soon as you pause, you fail. You know that, right? So those are the game rules. As soon as you fail, so that we don't take our time, just have a seat. Is that okay? We're all going to stand as we do this, but as soon as you fail, so that we don't say fail. Just have a seat. Is that fine? All right. So let's all be committed in doing it. Make sense? There's committed mindset. There's committed physically. Make sense? Now, how many of us are committed mindset? Like, this is what you do daily. This is what you do daily. Yeah? You do that daily, you do that daily. All right, good. So, how many of us how many of us are above 10 years in the industry? 5 years? 5 years. Good. 3 years. 2 years. You're up to 3 years. 2 years. Yes, of course. So long as you started and you consistently were doing it for this long. If you stopped at any point, you know how you take a break? Paternity break? If you stop at any point, that's cancelled. Like when you started actively doing it and you've consistently done it, even if you're not making headways, but you've been in the game. You get? Like actively. That's what I'm asking. So let's do it again. 5 years actively. 3 years actively. 2 years actively. 2 years actively, right? 1 year actively. 8 months actively. 5 months actively. Actively. Okay, for yourself. Okay, nice. Now, last question. How many of us have made cumulative of 100 million in commissions, not sales, commissions? 100 million naira. We're in Nigeria, right? Commissions. How many of us have made cumulative 20 million cumulative in commissions? Okay, so how many of us have made 10 million cumulative in commissions? Okay, let me say it like this. How many of us have made 100 million in sales cumulative? In sales. Okay. So how many of us have made 5 million cumulative in commissions? Commissions, okay. All right, okay. So I did that to understand my audience so that I can know how to discuss. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, so I'm Jeff Anozie, a marketer. I started real estate in late 2020, but I became actively involved January of 2021. That's when I became active, and then that's when I labeled myself a real estate. So from 2021 January till date, my total income has come from, my main income has come from real estate, right? So I started as a marketer, and of course I went into buying, like developing. Of course, it was such that partly what do you call it? Yeah, he motivated me into it, right? Because I had these fears, like, can I? And one of those days in 2023, during his conference, he said, why you never start this thing? And I got back, I started, and boom, the rest they say is history. Of course, I've built a business around real estate actively for the last 4 years plus. And I started in the East, right, in Enugu State, but we have just started our office here in Abuja for the last 5 months or so now in Abuja, and we're building actively. A few things I'm going to be sharing with you now are things that I'm actively doing, right, to build my business here in Abuja. Because one of the things I've figured out is that location, culture influences buyer mindsets, also influence marketing strategies, right? And of course, it took me a few months to understand this. I mean, having done business in the East and then moving here, there's something he said about Abuja being like a national market, right? The East, the South, and the other places are like regional markets. Most people buy in those places based on sentiment, emotional attachments. Okay, I'm from here, so I'll buy from here, right? But here, most people are going to meet are buying basically for investment, right? Okay, this is a growing city. Abuja is the fourth largest city in Nigeria, and one of the fastest growing in Africa, right? Yes, and most of the, houses the seat of power, as well as almost all the embassies of the world are here. Almost all the liaison, not even almost, all the liaison offices of all the states in Nigeria are here. What that tells you is that people come in here both for job interviews, for embassy interviews, right? For migration, for a better life, right? And many other things. So this helps you understand the type of messaging you put out there when you're marketing properties around here. Make sense? All right. So, okay, so the things I'm going to, please put your right hands up. Things I'm going to be sharing with you, promise me you're not going to use these powers for evil. Say, I promise I'm not going to use these powers for evil. So appreciate yourselves once more as we dive right in. I'm going to share with you three things. Next slide, please. Jennifer. Okay, next. Next. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you three things that's going to help you close deals with ease. Three things. Just three things. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. And I'm going to major on the first. Of course, the next two are very important, but I feel like the next two are built on the first. And most times, your results are accumulation. Your results in business, in anything, is a accumulation of your past thoughts, knowledge, experiences, environments. Make sense? Your results, or in fact, I'll say it like this: where you are at the moment is a accumulation of your past thoughts, experiences, knowledge, environment. Environment is key. You know that, right? Yeah, mental environment and physical environment as well. Okay? And then the three things I'm going to be sharing with you are based on the fact that marketing is not random. Marketing is not random, especially in real estate. I see a lot of people they hawk, you don't market. What they do is hawking, right? People hawk real estate literally, right? How do you hawk real estate? You wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm supposed to go and market today. And you just say, okay, last week we went to Kiami. Okay, this week, let's just go to Asokoro. Let's just go and stand in one place in Asokoro. And then carry your market, right? And go and stand there. So what's the difference between you and the person carrying oranges to a junction to go and sell? Is there a difference? So what does the person do that's carrying oranges to that place? It's hawking, right? It's not hawking. So the goal, the plan, the intention is that hopefully, right? Hopefully, hope is not a strategy, especially when you're selling a high ticket like real estate. There are three stages. Next slide, please. Let me see my slide. Next. There are two ways people buy. There are two ways you market. Either you go and knock on doors, or you attract the prospective buyers. Knocking on doors is called outbound marketing, right? Outbound marketing, right? My guy is aware of this one. He's a marketer, right? And then attracting people is called what? Inbound, right? Inbound marketing. Question. Marketing is strategy, it's not random. So the question now is, how do you know who is actually going to buy your real estate? Like, the biggest lesson I've learned in this journey of real estate is that the people that may buy the most from you is not written on their faces. Some of them will come in with a slippers, literally, especially my Igbo brothers, and spend 200 million on the spot without even shaking. Meanwhile, the ones that look like it, sometimes shishi no dey. That's a fact. And you don't know who is who. right? That is why, as much as yes, it is okay to go knock on doors. It's very okay. I barely do it anyways, but I feel it's better to attract. It's easier because so long as you speak my language, you understand my pain points, desires, and problems, and you can show me, like Ray said, preferred realtor, you can show me that you have a solution to my problems, I'll call you. Is that not it? Yeah. What is now remaining is to now trust you. But I'll come to you, I'll send you a message. Is that it? The major problem I have seen, okay, before I go into that, the three things I want to just discuss with us today. The first is mindset. The mindset. I believe very strongly that that is where everything rises and falls. Mindset. Mindset to the business. Mindset to money. Some people, it's our mindset about money that's keeping us from selling. Some people have not accepted, and this happened to me in the beginning of my career. Some people have not accepted that some people can cough out 20 million right now and buy. I'm just saying, everybody has a money ceiling. You know that, right? Yes. You have a money ceiling. There's an amount you call and your brain will go off. Like, it's not me. Right? I'm just saying, that is one. The next is the ADA principle of leads. That's the next. The next is leads. Leads are, who are leads? Who are leads? Prospective buyers. And then the last is what I like to call my SIPA framework of closing deals. Like, how do you go past noise makers and sell to people that are ready to buy? Right? Those are the three things we're going to be discussing today. Are we excited about learning? I'm going to start with the first part. Mindset. There are a few things we must put in place in order for us to sell. I'm also going to share with you why some people get to a point that they don't go past, while others go past that point. Why do you think some people succeed in real estate and sales, while others do not? Two people can start at the same time. One person goes ahead to break the industry and it looks like there's something else the person understands that I don't know, right? While the other people are struggling and they keep struggling. I'm going to share with us something called emotional cycle of change. It's not in my slide, but I'll just share with us briefly before we go on. Would you like to know why some people succeed and others do not? Would you like to know? Would you really want to know?
Yes.
It's going to hurt a few of you, but I'll do it. Please, let me dislike, let me the board. The first mindset frame we have to adopt in order to make sales, close huge deals, is to go from just thinking about commissions to becoming solutions providers. Because what you're actually doing in real estate is you're trying to solve someone's problem with a property. If you think about it like that, the property goes from just being a land or a house to a solution to someone's problem. Problems or a desire. A desire can be, I don't want to be a tenant anymore. That's a desire. It's a genuine, actual desire. All right? Or like me, I feel like one of the reasons I want to own a home, I'm going to own homes, a specific home, where my kids can always come to at the end of their travels, or they've grown, they want to take a time out, come there and see where they slept when they were small. That's a desire. Do you get? So solving that desire, so you now, understanding that that is my desire, can package a property that can align to that need and desire I have and project it to me. But how do you know this is my desire? Is when you ask the right questions, and you can only ask the right questions when you're thinking solutions. Okay, so the first mindset we need to adopt is going from just commissions. When you see client, all you're seeing is commission, money. Right? And truly, it shows. You don't really care about if this thing, I've had to tell clients several times that, see, Oga, this thing you're about to pay for now is not what you need. I've had to tell clients that several times. Sometimes I lose that deal completely. The client may go ahead and buy it from someone else, right? But for me, it is beyond. So most times he comes back and says, okay, Jeff, I now want to buy the other one. He has bought that one, right? But because I am more of a solutions provider. I will want to be sure that what I'm serving you, because buying property is like a lifetime relationship. Yes. You're in a lifetime rapport with this guy. So long as that property is still there, it's you that still sold that thing to him. Right? So from time to time, he still sees you. From time to time, you get it. But most people that think commissions just think of dumping it there and zoom off. Right? So that's number one. Number two, we need to also adopt the mindset of going from just transaction, okay, seeing people as transaction venture to actually building relationships, which builds on the first point, right? And then number three, which is the part that I feel like a lot of us are lacking in, and Ray pointed to it as well, is going from just being interested to being committed. I'm going to explain. Most people are just interested in real estate. They're just interested in the high commissions. When you hear, oh, this guy sold and his commission is 25 million, and then of course he bought a very nice car, and that excites you. We're excited. That is not bad, but we need to move from that point to the other point. And how do you move from just being interested to being committed? And that's what I want to share with you today. If this is the only thing I share with you today, I feel like it's changed someone's life. Amen? So how do you move from just being interested to being committed? Okay, I think I can probably use mine. Can I connect my part to your internet? See, the internet is connected to this, right? Yes. But I need to connect this to you. There's AirPlay here now. So I can just use my instinct. So how do you move from being interested to being committed? Please let me put the password on the. How do you even know you're just interested, you're not committed? There are times that, in fact, there are times that you've done everything we've said here now, and 6 months later, you've not made a sale yet. There are even times when clients will even lead you on. Clients can lead you on. They'll hang you on the wire. They'll tell you that in fact, they'll fill your form. And tell you that by this time tomorrow, alert has entered. Collect account number, but they don't even intend to buy. Right? And you do this for a period of time. Usually at the end of the day, there's a chance that you start getting tired, it's exhausted, and it's normal. And I'm going to explain to us how that happens, and what we can do about it. Are we ready? So, it's something called the emotional circle of change. How many of us did science in school? Characteristics of living things are what? Hey, you go school everywhere. It's an G. G there means what? Growth. Is growth. We go through a stage whenever we're moving from one place to another. Let me ask a question. Should you show your hands? No, I don't want to bring your leg out. How many of us have, deep down, your commission goal for the year? All of us have a commission goal, right? Do you have a monthly commission goal? Of course, if you have a year commission goal, if divided by 12, that's the month now, right? This is what, March. How many of us have met any of our monthly commission goal? You don't have to answer, just say it to yourself. Have you met it? How many of us have not met it in your mind, right? What do you think sometimes is the reason why you've not met your commission goals? Fear is one. Fear of failure, fear of success. I think the biggest one is even fear of success. If this deal pull through now, can I handle it? Right? It happens to people. Another one, which is I think most people don't even know, either you don't know or you don't care to work on it, is capacity, building capacity. There are a few things that Ray said that you have to know, you should know. Some things he calls common sense, right? They are basic things. One of the major things is conversational skills. You need to be able to speak to people. Sometimes clients come to you, but you don't know how to handle it. Sometimes clients come to you, and we are all tight by the book kind of stuff. It's not connecting yet. Just link the internet. I can do the airplay. Just link the internet. You link the internet. Okay. So please let me put this on this. Click on this. Click on this. Yeah. Inputs. 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 It's supposed to show options now. HDMI, blah 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 blah. If you click on this, it's supposed to show options. Let's just use this. It's not showing, eh? Okay. Don't worry, let me just use this. So, let me assume that your commission goal for this year, just an assumption, is 500 million naira. An assumption, right? So, whatever it is for you, you can just impute it there, right? So I'm going to do this like this. This is emotions. And please just follow me. I'll try and go as slowly as possible. If this is the only thing I touch on today, I think I'm good. And then and if you understand this, I bet you your life will change. It's not a joke. No, it's not. I've done this for several people, even my team members, and they go from zero to start making good money. At the beginning of the year, we're at, let me say for instance, 20 million. This is our normal income. This is our regular average income, right? That you know. Going from here to here is change. Is growth, right? Growth. Going from here to here is growth. What it means is that there are a few things you must adopt. There's a knowledge you must know. There are emotional changes you must have. There's a mindset growth you must have before you get here. Most people, the way we think about it and the way you hear it, say you've come to a training like this and you've heard all the beautiful things. Oh, do this, position yourself properly, which I'll talk about a bit of. Do this and do that, right? And then you go home and you start implementing it. There's usually a missing link, and this is what I'm talking about here. For most people, they don't understand that there's this missing link. You can't just wake up in the morning and jump up. You have to climb it, right? You can't just wake up in the morning and go from a 20. See, if you like, pray, go and sleep in church from now till tomorrow. There's an emotional circle of change you must go through, right? It's just like no matter how much you have, you must go 9 months before you give birth. Is that it? Right? Because there are rules and laws of life. Make sense? So we start from here. 20 million. We're excited. We're here. Excited, smiley face. Right? We've come to class. Someone introduced you to real estate. You saw that he bought a very nice car, like horse car, in 2 years of doing real estate. You're excited. And this happens to every industry or any other thing you're trying to achieve. See, anything you're trying to achieve, right? You're here, you're going to another level. This happens as well. And then you start out in the journey. This is time. And then you're going. Usually, time is going. This is the goal.
Yeah.
But usually we assume that as soon as I just start, I just put out the content. You just reach like this. That's the assumption usually. But this is actually how it works. And then this is you here. This is your income. You're starting. This point is called unlearned optimism. That's what it's called here, this point. I'll explain. What it just simply means that you're optimistic, but you've not learned the situations and circumstances on the way. You don't know it yet, right? And that is how it is when you're trying to achieve anything at all. So you're going. 3 months later, time. So this time from here to here is 3 months, for instance. 3 months later, you get to this point. At this point, you're still not sad yet, but you're not yet smiling like that, because your expectations have not been met yet. Let me say it clearly here. Whatever your goals and plan is, you sketched it, you've done your feasibility studies and everything. The word is usually, takes more time, more effort, and more money than you've ever planned. Yes, this is a fact of life. Right? So, this is what happens here. It's beginning to take more time, more money, more effort. Right? And at this point is called learned. Remember, we've gone from optimism to where? Pessimism. So, learned what? Pessimism. Pessimism. I know to go to school like that. So here's what learned optimism. This is where it started from. Excited. And at this point, this is actually where the work begins. All these places you were playing, all these places you were living in your head, you were living in your mind. You see other people that do end by fluke. This is for people that are actually building a business out of this, like once. And they will not do this from a place of hate. They will actually do this from a place of love. This is where they'll come and meet you and tell you things, especially your friends and people that know you from school. And tell you that, I tell you, say this real estate no easy. I don't tell you these things since you know they hear. This happened to me. Almost everybody around me told me that I should not do real estate. Right? And at this point, they start telling you that when you go to instead of you to come and do recharge POS business I've been telling you since, or go and get that job in federal waiting. You dey where they run around, they carry flyer. This is the point all of them will be telling you that thing, right? If it hasn't happened to you before, it will. Okay? At this point, what sustains you is part of your convictions about what you want to achieve, what Ray called vision. That's what sustains you here, right? Number one, your vision, your convictions. Number two, which is the most important, your surroundings, your environment, emotion, psychological, mental environment, not necessarily where you live. Where you live is very important too. Hope you know that. Where you live is very important too. I used to say it's better to live in a big queue in my Tama than to live in a very big duplex in say Kaishi. See, now that's on the side. Now this is my own personal philosophy. You don't have to accept it, but this is my own personal philosophy. You have to live in a BQ in a Tama. All of them they come up from the estate. Nobody knows in a BQ come up from it. Plus, you start adopting the lifestyle and mindset of the people around you. Even the Bible said that if you walk with the wise, you what? This is simple. It's not even negotiable. But just saying, instead of just living like a king in, only you come on white shirt. Other people they waka naked. And to you, the mind is funny. The mind likes that kind of thing. It makes you feel nice about yourself. You don't know that, So at this point, it's called what? Learned pessimism. You have started learning what it actually entails. You start understanding that it's not by all those plenty English. It's not by wearing suit and tie every day. Do you get? You start understanding that there's more to these things at this point. Now, again, what sustains you here is what? Your convictions, the people around you, and of course, your knowledge about the business. There's a difference between your knowledge of real estate and your knowledge of the business of real estate. They are two different things, right? So that's what will sustain you here. It gets worse. After a while, it gets worse. Yes, it gets worse. So at this point, you get to the point called, this is the sad point, called the valley of despair. Valley of despair. And this thing I'm telling you, can focus study on it later. Actually, a study people have done over and over about we humans. It's called the emotional circle of change. Alright? It gets to the valley of despair. So this is stage 1, this is stage 2, this is stage 3. 90% of people quit at this point. They go back and look for another opportunity. It's called SOS, Shiny Object Syndrome. Yeah, you gotta look for another thing. Most people quit here. 90% of people. That is why when people ask me what I do in my business and how I'm able to achieve the things I achieve, I'm not afraid to tell you. Because I know that it's one thing to know. Knowledge in itself. The goal of knowledge is transformation, right? However, it's in the application of the knowledge that brings you transformation. But guess what? Knowing and applying may not give you results immediately, because there's something called the emotional cycle of change. And many people don't know that this is what they are going through. They have no idea, right? And so at this point, 90% of people, 90, go back and look for another thing. They think it's greener on the other side. They don't know that it's greener where you water it. Every industry in Nigeria has someone that is making money there. True or true? So what is the variable? If the industry is not the problem, what is? What is? It's the individuals doing the business that is the problem. Right? Now at this point, many people give up and quit here at the valley of despair. This is the time to let me explain to you how you feel when you're in the valley of despair. You get tired of real estate. When they tell you about meetings like this, you like, I beg, it's one of those things. Yeah. People around you, especially when you don't have the right people around you. And the truth is, people that love you are people that are your greatest issues here. They love you. But they don't like, because they love you, they don't like seeing you in that state. Yeah. They're genuinely concerned about you. And so you come to tell them things like, I'm not understanding this like this. I've called this client, this one. All of them will lose the problem. Nobody has paid. 6 months now. And they'll be like, Chai, I'm sorry about it though. What if you try Oklika? Or what if you come, let's go and apply for this job? Should they be saying, let's bring 1 million? Do you get? That's what happens at that point. They are not bad people. They just love you genuinely. Right? Now, it's at this point that the game changes for a lot of people. This is what separates people that succeed. And I'm trying to show you why people succeed and others do not. In anything, real estate, cars, whatever it is. This is why a lot of people succeed and others do not. At this point, what then separates the people that go back and start again? Because they'll start another opportunity. Unknown to them, you still go through the same process. Yes. You're excited initially. You start seeing reality, start learning. You get to the point of learn pessimism. You're now doubting the thing small, but you're still going anyways. And then you get to the point where, the thing is just all your capital has finished. See, in 2020 November, beginning of November, in my former life, I was a digital marketer. It was my career. So beginning of November 2020, I started real estate October. So by November, I calculated. I will run ads. I budgeted 150K. I'm married with 2 children. Yes, I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so I had already calculated, okay, with 150K, if I run ads like 15K, how much is that? If you divide by 30, 20K, 20K per day, right? Something like that. If I run ads with this 20K, no how. I think I had like 180 something K, home and abroad. So I passed that 150K. You know, now I've seen people, like I said earlier, that were doing fantastically in the business. I said, no how. 1 or 2 sales will close, you know? I started that ad January 1st. November 1st, I started running the ads. I ran this ad at the end of the month. By the end of the month, I looked at my WhatsApp, the leads. I had leads, so all of them would now be asking me, oh, who are you? And then you see some of the names. And how many of us have had that experience? We've run ads finished and all the leads, all of them look like. Some of them will be asking you that, who are you? You click on my ad, made me spend money. If I had good to like on top of under the comment section. And at the end of the day, even one sale I did not have. That was when I started falling into this valley of despair. But here's what happens here. For a few people again that are convinced about what you're trying to achieve, you have the right mindset. You know that you're a solution, you're trying to build solutions, you're not just transactional and all of those things I said earlier. This is where you now begin to start learning and understanding a few things. Your knowledge of the industry now you start learning. I think the best thing to start doing here is learning. One of the most important things is to be in a circle of people that are winning. Just be in their midst. Just be there, right? Because you start learning a few things, start picking up things like consistency. You start understanding how like I used to, like I do, if I'm speaking with a client and my people are around, I put it on speaker and get them to just hear, right? Hear how I talk, yes, to the client. I'll also show them when client rejects my deal. So I see that it's not peculiar to you. Everybody experiences it. Let me even tell you, the people that win most get rejected more. Yes. People that win most, and I'll share with you a formula that you can use and win actually, even in the midst of losing. Right? And so here, this is where you start implement. This is where all those things Ray was talking about start playing out. You start understanding if you understand the industry. One of the first things I did when I came to Abuja was to learn the 5 stages of development of the FCT. I started learning it immediately. I have this thing too in my place. Understanding the 5 stages, understanding why Abuja, the 1976 FCT Act. How many of us know it? I started learning it. I downloaded it online, so I downloaded it and began to learn it. How did Abuja come to be? Right? When the Abuja formed, Abuja became the capital in 1991. But they started creating Abuja in 1976. And between 1976 and 1991, they were designing the plan. That's what they were doing. They had to bring people from abroad, town planners from all over the world. They modeled London, either Washington, Milan, and one other country. They modeled them, put the model together to form Abuja. And so when you hear that they demolished one community, in the city plan, there's a big road there. There's a very big road from Katampe to Kasana. On that road, that was where the community is sitting on. There are illegal structures. And it's on the plan. Do you understand? This is what now separates those that win at this point and others. Alright? Understanding these things. Again, different to know, there's a different thing between understanding real estate and understanding the business of real estate. So this is where you learn those things. This is what separates the sheep from the head. All right? And then at this point, after a while, you may not start getting results. But what's happening in your mind? Because it's first, your mind will first change before the results will come. What's happening here is that you get to another point called learned optimism. You get to one point called learned optimism. At this point, you have understood how the real estate game works. You have understood how to get leads, which we'll talk about right now briefly. Understood how to get leads. You've understood how the business terrain in your landscape, in your environment works. You understood the kind of people that buy, why they buy, and how they buy. Right? You've understood the different products that you sell and how it aligns to the pain points, needs, and desires of your prospects. Because you must speak my language for me to buy from you. Right? You've understood all those things. Then you begin to go to your mindset has improved. You're now understanding that, okay, this business is sweet. Investing in Abuja is exciting. And then your confidence begins to build. And sales is confidence, right? And then within a period of time, you start hitting your goals. How many of us understood what I just explained? Even if you don't understand, just capture it. When you go home, go and brood on it. The goal of trainings like this is to activate something in your mind. You're not going to get everything in 1 hour, right? It's just to activate something in your mind. And like I try to encourage people, when you're in trainings like this, write down action points. Don't just write out notes. Write down action points. Okay. For instance, I've talked about the 5 phases of the FCC. There's a difference between FCT, Abuja, and FCC. How many of you know? There are 3 different things. There's FCC, there's FCT, and there's Abuja. Abuja is in FCT. FCCs are in FCT. There are different things. Right? So these are the things I want you to go and study. Write them down somewhere. I want you to go and study these things. It helps you in closing. Alright? Now, what are the things? Next slide, please. Please take my slide to the next. Okay, so let's go back a bit. Yeah, just leave it here. No, I don't need it here. Thank you, sir. Please appreciate yourselves for listening to me. So, one of the things you have to know in order to close sales is something called attention. Grabbing attention. As a matter of fact, in today's age and time, attention is money. How many of you know? That's why people that don't have any product, just have 2,000 something followers, they pay them to come and dance around. Is that not it? Attention. So as a realtor, as someone that wants to make money online, especially in real estate, one of the first things you must learn is leads. How to generate leads. How to be visible and generate leads. And I'll rush through this part so that I don't bore you for so long. One of the tools you can use in generating leads is Google. Ray was saying that, how many of you have typed your name before on Google? And what did you see? Everything there, did you like it? On the first page, everything you see there, did you like it? So one of the tools you can use, I'll just rush to next please. One of the tools you can use is About Me. It's myaccount.google.com. Myaccount.google is free. Just go there and create a profile for yourself. I did this a while ago. Create a profile for yourself. It is free. It's like an online business card. When somebody sees your video somewhere or hears about you somewhere and go to go and look you up, they can find you. And the thing they see, it's what you put there. It's not what somebody put somewhere, right? Next, please. Next. Okay, next is business. Okay, next, please. Next one. Next slide. Please, next slide now. Let's hurry. Next is business.google.com. That's Google My Business. How many of you know it? Google Business. So even if you don't have a company name, you can use your name dash maybe Abuja realtor. Make sense? And create a Google business. So if somebody is looking for, or Abuja real estate, somebody is looking for real estate land for sale, they can find you. Or someone searches your name, they can find you. Next, please. But so next is property listing platforms. I think a couple of you know them, yeah? Business.google.com. Business.google.com. So just go and create a profile, it's free. I've made some sales from there. Next is property listing platforms. How many of you know what property listing platforms are? How many of you know Property Pro? Property Center, Nigeria Property Center, and all of them. And Gigi, next please, next slide. This is Gigi. You can just go and put up your property there. Now, one of the beautiful things about, so it's gg.ng. You know it, right? You must have a budget for this ads. I think with 30K, you can do it 1 month ad, something like that, for your first month. And the beauty about that 1 month ad is that you can put multiple properties, right? And personally, I really don't do this to make sales per se. I do this to be findable, right? To be findable. Okay, next. Okay, this one is propertypro.ng. This is another platform. Next, buy, let, leave. This one is new. So I think they are nice because they are new. Next is social media. Okay, I'm just showing you places that you can position yourself to be findable, right? To attract attention. Okay. Next is back, please. There are a few things about social media that I think we should pay attention to. The first is your profile picture. Very important. Please put a very good profile picture. If you sell real estate, try and put a corporate profile picture. It will help you. Many people, just like you now, if somebody sends you a friend request or goes to your inbox, what do you do first before you respond? If you don't know the person, you just check the profile. Sometimes you don't even have to click and open it. From the small thing showing the image there, you can just say, okay, this person, she looks like her. Okay, this is a corporate person. Is that a banker? Do you get? So it's important too that you to position yourself like that. The next thing is your profile, is your name. Your name. I suggest, this is my suggestion, that you use a specific way of writing your name across all platforms. It's Jeff Anozie everywhere. My full name is Anozie Jefferson Tobina. That's my full name, right? However, I decided to write it as Jeff Anozie everywhere. The reason is simple. Who knows why? It relates. You can easily say, okay, is the same guy? Especially when your name is a nice name that multiple people have. So when you just look through, you just see the profile picture, okay, conforms to that one. Click on it. Make sense? Next is your privacy, your wall. A lot of people allow people dump stuff on your wall. So you have to prioritize your wall. Make sure that only you can write on your wall. You know what I'm saying? All right. 99 others. That's all for social media. Next, YouTube marketing. There are 2 ways you market online: search or interruption. Search or interruption. Right? There are 2 types of buyers online: active buyers or what? Passive buyers. There are platforms that people go to search for stuff, right? Which are those? Google, YouTube. These are search platforms. There are also platforms that people are just on their own. You interrupt them with your ads. Which platforms are those? Facebook, Instagram. Beautiful. It's important you know these things so that you understand what you're doing online. Don't be random. Marketing is not what? Random. It is strategic. You understand what you're doing. If you're doing search advertising, you know that you're doing what? Search advertising. If you're doing interruption, you know that you're doing interruption. Make sense? Now, the 2 types of people that buy real estate are passive buyers and active buyers. Notice this. Let me give an example. So I want to buy a mic. right? And I go to a shop to buy a mic. And on my way, I see you. What's your name, ma? Zainab. I see her on the way. And she says, okay, I want to go with you. And we get to the place. Me, I already have an idea of what I want to buy. I have an idea. I know the amount. I know where it is on the shelf. So I just go straight there and pick it up, right? I go to the counter and I pay because I know the price. I know everything. She, on the other hand, doesn't know, like she wasn't actively ready to buy. However, because she came with me, it interested her, and she thought to herself that okay, I may need this thing one day, someday, right? And then she then decides that okay, let me find out how much it is, and she checks, and the amount on it is not, she can't afford it at the moment, and then she tells me. Now, me on the other hand, before I came to that store, I went to go and search online. That's how I got all the information I needed. And I checked a couple of platforms. I saw the different prices. And I said to choose this particular one, which I went to, right? So I searched. I'm also an active buyer. What I'm trying to say here is people buy, yes, differently online. And it's important to understand how people buy so that you can position yourself right. One of the easiest platforms to sell people through real estate is YouTube. And I'm going to explain why. I don't know if it's because it's the hardest platform to use to sell real estate, or because people are searching. And to me, people that come on YouTube to search for real estate are both active and are searching. This is a full class on its own, but I'm not going to because I think it's already, we've stayed here a lot. But I want you to just grab something. Again, make a note and an action plan and go and research, right? Video marketing is one of the most underrated, it's the most underrated marketing style with realtors. And the reason is simple. People feel it is hard. Some people say I'm not a camera person. How do they used to say it? I'm a shy person. I'm the shyest person in this room. Hope you know. And I stammer too. You notice that too, right? But my biggest strategy of making sales is videos. That's my biggest strategy of making sales. In 2021 alone, I became I won't even say how much of sales I made, but at least I sold to over 25 clients, especially abroadians, within like March and November of that year. And of course, some of them bought in excess of 10 to 5-10 plots of land at once, right? Of course, making me the best salesperson at the time with the company I partnered with, right? And I'll say 98% of those sales were from YouTube, right? They're from YouTube. Maybe another day we'll go into that class, that YouTube class. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next. Why videos? It builds trust. Next. You can show your properties virtually. Next. You become an authority because you can educate. Right? Next, please. And then it shows confidence and your charisma. Now I'm going to explain something. Can I drop this? Thank you. There are 4 types of videos you should be making as a realtor. Okay? 4 types of videos. One are promotional, which is what everybody does. Hello, smart investors. We're back again on site. This is the land. This is the road. 5 minutes away from the airport. That's what every other person does, Abby. Is that what everyone does? Promotional videos. And please, who even started this smart investors? Hello, smart investors. Why must you say hello, smart investors? And then the worst now when they now add, good afternoon, good evening, good night, from wherever you're watching from. Anyways, that's just a joke, right? So promotion. So now that's the first type of video you should be making. And in my opinion, so long as you've not built adequate authority in the industry, you've not done at least 100 million in sales, I suggest you do just 20% of promotional videos in the beginning. Just 20% in the beginning. Did I say you should not advertise? No. I'm saying you should not do promotion. Just do what? 20% of promotional. And I'm going to just end here. The next is what? Educational. 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 This thing does, making educational content does two things for you. One, it teaches you. It teaches you. There's a difference between, yes, you the presenter. You can't share what you don't know. You learn. You learn. That's my fastest way of learning. I learn as if I want to go and teach. I don't just learn to know. I learn so that when you call me up tomorrow, I can teach you. Right? And what other way to create your own teaching platform than to make a video and put out there? Right? Yeah. So the first thing it does for you is that it helps you learn fast. There's a difference between, there are different types of lands in Abuja. There's community, there's AMAC, area council, there's FCDA, there's regularized, there is FCDA and approval, there's ROVO and approval. There are many. Making educational content to share with prospects about these things first helps you learn, because you can't just come and talk rubbish. You will learn. But number two, it positions you as an authority. It just automatically moves you from the regular, takes you a step higher, straight up. Right? The next one is, okay, and then educational, I suggest you do like 40%, 60 in the beginning. 60% of your videos should be educational. But here's the trick. You can tie your educational content to a property. For instance, here are 3 things to look out for, or let me use this example. There are 3 stages to due diligence in Abuja. 4 stages rather to due diligence in Abuja. How many of you know it? First is what? Ages, right? Second is what? FCDA. The third one is what? URP. Yes, you need to be sure that that place is not a.
The same paper with what you collected.
It's not a what they call
A rocky or valley or.
It's not a road, or it's not something like it's not a garden. I know how this is green area. People say green areas. Do you get? How do you find that out? URP, Urban and Regional Planning Office, right? Good. And then so understanding those, so you can now create a video like that, and then tell people that at the end of the video that I'm a realtor, and I have a property that has gone through all these checks, and I can show you if you call me or something, right? Or you're talking about FCDA, for instance, you're talking about FCDA R of O. Some people have this confusion. What's the difference between C of O and R of O? Or some people ask questions like, is R of O really a good title, for instance? So you can make a video answering that. What is R of O? Right? And I noticed that in Abuja is different from every other place. In Abuja, they hardly give you a C of O straight. You first give you R of O, and then you gotta meet the requirements of that R of O. After some years, they'll not give you C of O. So explaining this thing in a video, and at the end of the day, I have an FCDA R of O property in so and so place that will suit your need and budget. All the numbers above, and I would dive you. Something like that. So you see that you have promoted, but not obviously. Make sense? So 6% of your content, in my opinion, especially in the beginning, should be what? Educational. 60%. Do more of it. It stands you out automatically. The thing is to attract people that may not buy from you. That's a fact. But they would save your number and recommend you. The third type of video content you should be making is lifestyle or entertainment. So you're in a training now. It is okay to make a video about being in a training and put it out there. So in a training to serve you better. Or at the end of the video, you make it like a vlog coming into the training, you're in the training and you're leaving. At the end of the video, you do a voiceover on it. So I spent my day today at Hush Homes where I came for a realtors training. We learned about being a good realtor. We learned about this one, we learned about that one. At the end of the day, my goal is to serve you better. Call the numbers above and I will answer any question you have about buying property in Abuja, something like that. That's what lifestyle. If you're going for inspections, and I advise you to go for at least one inspection every week as a realtor, at least one every week. It does two things for you. First, it teaches you the environment. You learn. A tree might have been brought down on the road. You don't know. Client now calls you and say, client that knows that area very well. Now say, if you turn, you will see that tree by your left. You don't know. Do you understand? So going for inspections are important. Then inspection videos to like vlogs. So even if so there's a Bible principle I love so much. It says he that has more is given. The posture is the posture of not a suffering person. If you posture like you're suffering, the little you have is taken away from you. Right? So how do you do this as a realtor? You've not sold. Or how do you position like he that has? So there's an inspection here now, and you ask to join the car. You get to site and you make a video. Please, clients, prospects, privacy is very important, right? You don't put your prospects except you ask their permission. This is very important too. If I'm a prospect and I see that I used to put other people's prospect, I will not call you. So it's very important, right? So you can make a video. We are here on site and we're here to bring our clients. Did you lie? Did you say my client? You say what? We're here to bring our clients to site, and he's here to check out the place before he pays for his land. So if you're looking for a very good land here in Karachi to buy, you can call the number and we'll also bring you here on site. You see that? Yeah. You're posturing as someone that is... So people buy what other people are buying. People buy what other people are buying. That is why if you come to a place, there are two restaurants, but this one, people have more people. This one, there are less people. The tendency is very good for you. What do I mean? For 3 weeks, they commissioned the Karsana Road, right? To Renewed Hopes, a 31 billion, I 33 billion naira road was commissioned from Karsana to Renewed Hope, right? Wiki was at Kwali. We went to commission what is the name of those roads? I saw it last night. We went to commission the roads. They are all in the news. So if you go on Google, right? Abuja News, right? You know on Google, when there's a drop down, news or images, if you click on that news, you see recent news there. Short it and make a video on it. Have you seen this? This happened in Abuja, and this is to tell you that development is fast, according to the Abuja Development Plan. So if you're looking for a very good place to invest in, such that you can get huge returns on your investment, call the numbers above and I will guide you. Can you see? Don't you want to call me already? Why? Because you look like an expert. You look like the person. You don't look like all those hello smart investors. Good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you're watching me from, this is the land. Come and buy. That's the only kind of ad I see. And everybody's wondering why they're not selling. Wait, why would they leave Mr. A and pick you? Why should you be a preferred realtor when you're just doing like every other person? So that's why I said those kind of videos, I think you should tone down on them. Do like 20%. At the end of all these type of videos, you can always advertise. You can always say something that ties. You must not even link. I can even say Transcorp just commissioned a new, for instance, if Transcorp opened a new branch, for instance, in Abuja, I can make that as a video. Have you seen this news? Transcorp has just opened a new branch in Abuja. Do you know what that tells you? That tells you that business is booming, right? And it's when there is a lot of influx of money, influx of individuals, that businesses like this want to expand, right? And this is what I've been saying. So if you're looking for something very beautiful to buy in the city of Abuja, that is safe, profitable, and in the right locations, call the numbers showing on your screen, and I will guide you. You see that? I'm smart, right? Appreciate me now. So, lastly, as I wrap up, I want to share with us something called the ADA principle of leads. The missing link usually is leads. Many people have the right mindsets, they have the right resource properties, but usually they don't have a lot of people come to them, right? And I'll just share this briefly. Please slide, next slide, next. Okay, go back a bit. I made this, go back again. I did this screenshot a while ago. Back again. I did this screenshot in July. This is my YouTube channel at the back, and you know, recently, so I'm not even uploaded that much. I've not done a lot, but in 24 hours, I get up to 203 views, and in 28 days, I get more than 2,439 views. So what that means is that 2,499 people hear my name in 28 days. So I'm about to tell you about leads. This is why I'm showing you this. Next, please. Next. Okay, back. These are my target market are usually Nigerians abroad. When I began real estate research newly in 2021, my focus 100% for Nigerians abroad. I didn't used to bother much about Nigerians here. Why? I had two reasons. First was a selfish reason. I had a timeline. I had 3 months to start making 1 million naira every month. I was very broke like that, like very broke. I had just 3 months to start making 1 million naira every month. I had a target. So I was looking for people that I call raw audience. They are ready, able, and willing. Raw, RAW. Those are the kind of clients I was looking for. Straight up. And I knew that these guys abroad, they had the money. I mean, they were earning in hard currency. The missing thing they needed was someone to trust. Finish. This is why my video style, this is what informed my strategy of marketing videos. Because I can stay in front of a camera and make a video. Most people buy emotionally. They just see the way you talk, see the way your style, and just connect with you. That is why you enter a market, you pass 3 people that are selling the same thing and go to the third person and go and buy from the person. And you tell yourself that your spirit just align with this person. Do you get it? That's how people too buy from you. That's why it's good to posture well. It's good to, understand these things because it's very good, right? And so these are the countries I've sold to a lot of countries. I've sold to someone in I've forgotten the name of that country. One country like that. I've sold to a lot of countries, right? And I use this same thing I'm telling you. So next, please. So okay. The ADA principle of leads, right? The ADA principle of leads states that, now listen up attentively. In the beginning, especially when you're just beginning real estate, for every 1 sale you're going to make, you need at least 10 people that would desire what you're selling. For every 10 people that would desire what you're selling, you need at least 100 people to show interest in what you're selling. Listen up, oh. And for every 100 people that will show interest in what you're selling, you need at least 1,000 people to see you and know you. So if this thing was showing, don't worry, let me just say it. I hope you get what I'm saying, right? So if you reverse it, right? If you reverse it, That principle of lead simply means that attract. You need to attract 1,000 people minimum, especially in the beginning, right? I'm giving you a guaranteed strategy to sales, guaranteed. For every one sale you need to make, let's say for instance, you want to make one sale every week. Let's use that as an instance. And you should have those kind of targets, right? Sales per week. You should have this kind of targets. So if you're going to make at least one sale every week, you need 1,000 people to know that you exist every week. It mustn't be new people. It can be same people that knew you last week, but 1,000 anyways, right? And in that 1,000, those 1,000 attract. That's the A, right? Just attract them. In that 1,000, you need at least 100 people in that 1,000 to show interest in what you are advertising. How do they show interest? They either pick a number and send you a message, or they call you, right? 100. Or they just click and see what you're selling anyways. Then inside that 100, 10 people will desire what you're selling. How do you know the 10 that desire? They will come for inspections. They'll come for inspections, or they'll ask you for a document to go and search, right? Those ones have taken another step. They're not just interested, but they've made another move. And in that 10, usually one will buy. Thinking about this now, have you seen why a lot of people don't make a lot of sales? A lot of people don't know you. You don't even know you exist. Just you and your family, friends, and your WhatsApp school. Think about it. How many people do you possibly know that are hot audience? You know what I mean by hot audience? People that know you. People that know your hot audience. That's your family, your church members that really know you. Not those people that they don't know them in church or mosque. Like people that really know you. How many people do you possibly know? Be candid with yourself. Can you actually build a business off of the people you know? Yes. Who said yes? Yes. No, you now. You now, Ghana. So, point I'm trying to make is that in all you're doing, the first step to making multiple sales is leads. Getting a lot of people to know you. And the principle I shared, I wish we had a lot of time, but maybe another time I'll talk about leads alone. The principle I shared were principles that you can use. For instance, positioning, right? Number one. Number two, creating video content in those type of contents I just told you. Your videos will not be promotional majorly. Like you're doing promotional videos, you think you're making videos. You're just doing what other people are doing. So after a while, many people don't watch your videos again because they already know what is there. They already know what is there. Once you put up video, they just know that it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever they're watching from. They already know, so they don't watch again. However, if you're that person that creates educational content, do you know that it will get to a point that people will see realtors flyers and videos from another place, screenshot it and send to you, and tell you to go and look for it and verify it is good so that they will buy from you. Yes, that happened to me several times. How I met Ray. Me and Ray flew to, we went to Uyo in 2021 to go and verify property. How did me and him go? Me and him began a show then, 2021. I began a show with him called the JR Show. It was a real estate show where we go on YouTube and talk about property law. He was good. Me, I just understood marketing. I didn't know that much, but he knew it. So I invited him on my show. We'll do live on YouTube. One client in US now saw one of the videos and called me and told me that he would like me and my friend to go to you and verify property for him. Before then, me and Ray had not met. And then we met in Uyo. Verified the client's property, made the sale, collected the commission. Do you get? So the client, the realtor said that he saw the ad with. I should say no even know say that deal don't close. This has happened to me several. The clients have flown me to Lagos, lodged me, just to make sure I close the deal for them. This happens to you when you start creating educational content with the goal of solving a problem. You're not just thinking about the commissions, you're solving because you're creating that content knowing that this client may just know this thing and go and buy it from someone else. Do you get? But what it's doing for you is positioning you as a person of authority. Okay? So I hope you got value so far. I'm going to end here so I don't exhaust you. If you have a few questions, how many questions you can ask? I hope you picked up what I dropped. I hope you picked up what I dropped. You have a question? Yes. 3. So the fourth is the survey. You have to take a survey to the difference between real estate. Yes, it does. It does. It does for that more safe.
Any other questions? Any other questions?
Alright, so in summary, as I wrap up, the first thing is the mindset, like I said. Please observe the emotional cycle of change. It happens to all of us. Alright? Notice the stage you are and what you should do about it. Number 2, leads. The key to your sales is leads. Most people don't have a sales problem, they have a leads problem. Enough people don't know them. That's it. Right? So get enough people to know you. And for me, one of the ways I have used is YouTube. You can see that 2,000 something people knew me in 28 days. And this was when I posted just 3 videos in that month. So the recommended thing is at least 2 videos every week. Recommended. If you want to go very hard, like in January of 2021, what I did was 100 videos in 90 days. And then you go very hard. At the end of 90 days, your life will change, it's guaranteed. And then lastly, the raw principle. So there are clients that are ready, able, and willing. Your job is to ask the right questions. I didn't talk about it much, but your job is to ask the right questions. When a prospect calls, you ask the right questions, you understand if the person is ready, willing, and able. There are 4 questions you ask. The first is the need. Why do you need to buy this property? What do you need it for? Second is budget.
You have light refreshments. Yeah, we have light refreshments.
The second is budget. The third is authority to buy. Is he the one buying or another person is making inquiry for another person? And then lastly, when he's ready to pay. So maybe another time we'll talk about this a lot more. Enjoy a great day.
How many of you have gotten value from this? All thanks to our speakers and person of Jeff and Bishop. My video is no longer here. And I also want to thank you all for making our time to be here because we have a live refreshment for you. Before the refreshments, while you are sharing the refreshment, I also want to let you all know that there's a new project that we're launching soon in Abuja, and I would like all of you to be part of this project. And will be added to our platform so that you can get updates. But before then, please bring out your phone. Please go to Facebook, type options limited. Please give us a follow. Please. The first 30 people show evidence you will myself as you. And also go to our IG page and YouTube page. If you have followed us on these 3 platforms and evidence, you get 10,000 naira instantly. Facebook and IG. Facebook and IG. Yes. Evidence. No, please project the handles. Please, fast. I need evidence. Done. Let me see.
All three platforms. Not just. Yeah, let me see. Just Facebook. Instagram and YouTube. Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Facebook.
Now, if you don't have Instagram profile, it's very important. People that have money.
Show us now. Don't want them. I know. See, two is remaining YouTube. We have two remaining YouTube for you to enjoy now.
So who is the best winner of 10,000?
We are still waiting. It's remaining YouTube. YouTube for her. YouTube for her. Are you following? Yes. First winner.
What's your name? Lucia, congratulations. Next person.
I'm following you.
Show me now. Okay. Second.
What's your name? Lucia, congratulations.
This is YouTube. Three. Oh, five. Okay, please. One, two, three.
Oh, congratulations to you. It's okay. Congrats. So please, if we don't have your number here, and you've not written your name now, please give your name and phone number. And also, like I told you, I want to be your friend. I'm not a hard person, I'm not a difficult person, and I believe you also benefit us by being my friend. And then our project, we have a new project I want to launch in Abuja, and I see that there's a lot of people in the site that came for the same property that you are asking them to buy. So on the day we are going to do this launch, please, the way you made that time to be here today, I will also implore you to make our time on that day. It's to your own advantage in closing deals also. And also, there's going to be a mass inspection for our two projects. We have three projects, but we still have one in Abuja. So we still have one project in Kayami and one in Karishi. And another one is coming up at Karishi also. So there's going to be a mass inspection. So the date, time will be announced to you. You make out and come. There's going to be a vehicle that will convey all of you to the site so that you can see what we have and see how you can push it to your audience so that you can also close deals. Are we together? Yes. Thank you once again for coming. If you have any question for me, please, you can ask me a question. Yes. Yes. We don't anything that is named SBA. Please, you know that it's not
On Instagram, I was following you and like the property was
it's natural part of Karishi. So the property has C of 1 and R of, in natural state, they are also modeling FCPA. You understand? So once you see that the property is nice, it's the same thing with FCPA. What the difference is that natural state government is the one administering that territory. They have Karishi 1 and 2. 1 is Abuja, 2 is natural state, but it's the same thing. You understand? The only difference is that state government have jurisdiction over here. Then this side, federal government have jurisdiction over this side. Is it clear? Yes, sir. Any other question?
that's your phone number.
Okay, this is my phone number. This is my direct line. In case you want to reach me personally on WhatsApp, this is my number. I'd like to take your questions. If you don't want to ask me those questions now, you can send the message to me on WhatsApp. I'll save your number. And if you want to do there, or you can save my number with this course. Thank you once again for coming.
A round of applause for Andy. Thank you very much, sir. How many of us has gained value? Sir, please, you're already rounding up. How many of us gained value today? If you know you are here and you don't regret being here, just wave your hands. Thank you all so much. Please, I want us to give a standing ovation to our hosts and our trainer for today, Mr. Caleb Allo and Mr. Jeff Anozie. Please stand up and give them a round of applause. You don't have to stop. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Please sit down. Now I want to get your feedback. Yes, we've learned, right? I believe a lot. So I want to know, what is your take home for today? The last time we had a training here, I asked a few realtors to tell us what their take home was. They were scared to even hold the mic. So that is your practice for today. I am your client. Tell me what you have learned. If you can't speak to me, if you can't speak to us here, how are you going to speak to your client? So you shouldn't be shy. I'm just going to take a few persons to tell us what they have learned today. Okay, thank you. I'll speak.
I've learned the importance of ads. I think I shouldn't underestimate ads because I started real estate when it was more of like traditional. But now I've really learned that it can be easier with ads.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Robert. Of everything today, I think my biggest take home is the circle of, well, I say, the journey you take as a business person, the various stages from, the emotional aspect, the circle of the emotional aspect journey is my biggest take home for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, wow. I'm impressed.
During the training, the most takeaway I have is about the training is has to do with building your confidence, exerting so much knowledge, um, place some importance on the fact that you're learning to teach, not just going to make money, but want to impact on people what you read and learn.
Thank you very much, sir. So I'm not regretting coming. I wanted changing my mind when coming though. But coming here is really a plus for me. My take home here, integrity. The first speaker I met him, he talks about integrity. Integrity in real estate matters a lot. And the last speaker talks about fear. When we are going out to do our marketing and the rest, sometimes there are some clients we would like to meet, but there is this thing that we have in our hearts. We have fear and a doubt. Coming close to them, talking to them, we will have something to say, but when we get to them, everything will just go off our head. So, I think that has to do with fear. And I've learned a lot to go, as in to take fear away from my heart. That's number one. And the first thing I said is integrity, right? Yes. It matters a lot. And the last week I talked about something about we shouldn't look at the benefits. That's the percentage when we are talking to a client about a particular product. We should just remove that percentage and then do, because once you put that percentage in front, I'm telling you, you will lose that deal. Honestly, I've learned that a lot and I've taken it into practice. And I'm happy I'm here. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, you want to speak as well?
Good afternoon, everyone. I learned today that for you that your reach, your reach in the real estate on social media, that the people you are able to reach determines how rich you become in the industry. That you have to be more visible. The more visible you get to people, the more probability you have to close more deals. So work more on your visibility is very important. That's just what I mean.
In addition to what we have just said, it means rich people are rich people. The more you rich people, the more you become rich.
I think he has just said what I'm about to say. You understand? Perseverance, visibility, that's one of the most important things.
So I've really learned a lot. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very much happy to be here today. My take home is where he showed us his YouTube channel. I've been into the industry for marketing industry for a long time, but I've not been taking YouTube seriously. But from my Facebook, I know how many people have bought properties from me because of the trust they have for me prior to the kind of business I do before I joined the real estate. So if I had taken YouTube very seriously, and I'm not the shy person when it comes to camera, it shows I would have gone much far than that. So that was the take home for me. Thank you, Mr. Jeff.
A round of applause once again for our trainers. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm glad to hear that we all learned a thing or two. And then the most important thing today, right, of all your take homes, is not just to take home, it's not inside your bag, it's to act upon what you have learned. So if you take home and do take away, and then the takeaway does not affect your life in any positive way, then I don't think you should have been here. So the main point is to actually what? Act upon it. Just pick one thing and do it. Okay? Thank you all for coming.
This very juncture, we have to call it a day. And once again, I want to thank you all for coming. And I'm more than happy and excited knowing that we have given you a lot to go home and brood over it. And remember that lesson learned without implementation is also a waste. So when you get home, the way I do my things, there's a book that I've been reading since January 1st. Any page that I read, before I read the next page, I try as much as I can to implement that what I've learned from that page. It's better for me than running to finish that book without doing anything. So what am I trying to say? It's not important that you should implement everything that you've learned. Even if you just want 2, 3 is enough. Because in this industry is a process. There are some things that no matter how you try to achieve them today, you cannot. It's not a rocket science. There are some things that take time. Do you understand? Because remember I said it earlier, real estate is not ice cream industry. So for that reason alone, you have to learn how to be patient. So pick 1, 2, 3 and implement. You can decide to say, I bet everything where these people talk. The only thing why I pick, just like what he said, is YouTube. Go home. When you get home, set your ring light, set your camera, start shooting videos for YouTube. You might decide not to take every other thing serious, but just one thing. Do you understand? And over time, that compound effect, everything will compound. Before you know, from YouTube, you start running ads. From ads, you start closing deals. Do you understand? But when you get to trying to implement everything, you end up doing nothing. True or false? So pick 1 or 2 things and implement. And by so doing, it also shows that your 3 hours exercise in this place is not a waste. Thank you once again, and I appreciate you for coming. See you in our next training.
Alo Caleb from Naya is the CEO and founder of Hush Homes Limited, a leading real estate company specializing in real estate lands and housing developments. Caleb has successfully sold over 3,000 plots of land to investors and developed a 3-unit project of 4-bedroom fully detached duplexes, La Vida Court in the city of Asaba, which is completely sold out. He is currently working on an even larger and more unique project, the Westlands Residence, an exclusive mixed-use mass housing development and eco-friendly green city that will showcase something spectacular in Ubulokiti, Asaba Delta State. Within just 3 years in operation, Hush Homes Limited expanded to Abuja, opening a branch office in November 2023. In the first 10 months in Abuja, the company acquired 3 estates, firmly establishing its presence in the capital's competitive real estate market. Hush Homes has indirectly empowered and trained more than 1,000 individuals to earn passive income through real estate. His contributions have significantly shaped the growth and development of the real estate industry in Asaba, Delta State, and beyond.